Pony?
Welcome back to mlptg, the Bannermanes, episode number 58. We're in the party near Zwati. But what will happen today, that's for me to know and you to find out. As for what happened last time, who volunteered? I think it was BCS?
I wasn't there!
I'll do it.
Triple!
Are you ready?
Yeah.
Cher snuck us closer to Wati and we got things.
Riveting.
Care to
I listened
elaborate?
in and I could give more than that.
We disembarked from the hideaway camp that we had in the hills, and we did so disguised in plain sight, as we had interrogated a kobold that we had captured who thought that might be the best idea to do so. And it seemed to go by very, very smoothly as we traveled for a few days, with Cher leading in disguise as a kobold. We ventured to where we found another camp that seemed to be just holding probably a bunch of other prisoners and supplies. We met up with one of the kobolds there. We got a bag full of contraband, which was loot taken from other Bannermanes that we repurposed, and we have kind of divvied out to aid us in our approach into Wati. Now we find ourselves about a day or two away from Wati, ready to sneak back in and find our Bannermane friends.
Aha! An adventure is afoot as you guys pretty much rested up here behind this rock, trying to keep yourselves out of sight. Like I said, past this big camp, this big work camp, there didn't seem to be a lot of kobolds necessarily going up and down. You did see like 2 or 3 caravans maybe through the night that were seemed to be carting various different supplies. I mean, kobolds still have to eat and drink. That kind of thing, as well as maybe like the occasional person who is taken back up to the city. Though usually if it was any creatures that they were taking, they always had bags over their heads, kind of like the burlap sack kind of thing that they tied close to their necks so they couldn't see where they were going. That's kind of like the generality of what's going there. It's around this point the next morning as you guys kind of wake up looking out toward the direction of Wati, that is Silas. You see her actually start to take off her armor and start to put it into her bag of holding.
Alright, that's a good call. The rest of you should do the same.
Moonplanter hesitates, but he starts taking his armor off.
You're gonna need to look like helpless prisoners going in.
Tangent is going to use the elven cloak to go invisible.
So hang on, should I put all my weapons and stuff in the bag of holding? Right?
Tangent, you're not on like the edge of Wati. You're like 24 miles away from it.
Oh.
What's that, Nun?
Should I put all my weapons and stuff in the bag of holding, like the flaying knife and all that shit?
It would be probably for the best, given that
Yeah, let's do it.
we are not exactly
Tangent
supposed
says-
to be having weapons if we're entering the city, yes? Besides, and then Sela actually does this little like thing and like flicks out her claws. These are still plenty good weapons, enough when I need them.
Tangent says my bag of holding is full.
Moonplanter takes off his bolas, his dagger, his sword, and his sap. Puts all that into his bag of holding.
Probably the money as well.
Balcony Blitz will offer to hold your stuff, Tangent.
Okay.
And he kind of
I
says,
give him the following. My longbow.
"Oh,
my,
just disequip it from your body. Like, I'll take it off your
okay.
character sheet if somehow you become separated from the lad and lose your shit. But like,
Why put my equipment away when I could just make it vanish? And I put on my ring of discretion.
Ooh, there you go.
And I'll also put up my badge.
Hang on, I'll roll that in chat just really quick so I can double check the description on that.
Right.
I know what it does because I have one as thumbtack, but I just want to double check here. Conceals any armor and sheath weapons that you're either turning them invisible or creating. Nice. Yeah, so this is definitely a good one.
Yes. Badges too. Swift unequips his badge.
I would like
What about my druid vestment and boots of Elvencon and cloak of Elvencon? Should I unequip them?
Yeah.
Hey, shit, hang on a second. We might have a problem in here. If we're unequipping our badges, mine's just on the side of my box. I can't take that
You're
shit
also
out.
but you're covered as well.
Oh, right. I got cloth over me.
Speaking of, I'm still inside that barrel. So yeah,
Peril?
yeah. I'm hiding in the luggage, as people were saying.
I mean,
In,
like, Sila's going to kind of like look over into the barrel. Why are you still hiding in there?
isn't this gonna get taken in?
And she kind of blinks. Is that what you're doing then? You and you? He kind of points toward Balcony Blitz, then can't seem to find wherever Wickerwind went. Well, and he kind of does like a little salute. I can certainly try, he says, giving a little bit of a salute.
That's the spirit. I love to hear it, lad. The positivity is great.
And this is when he kind of like gears himself up in the actual like harness to like pull the cart, and he starts to like do that like a little like he does this little like pre delivery like jogging in place and stuff like that, like warming up, doing his stretches.
Revving
up. We hear typing coming from somebody.
Tangent.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
All right.
Question.
Yes. All right, and we should be able to keep eyes off of the box and the luggage because it's for Heatfang's eyes only. So.
Just in case, I'll put on the cloak, the clandestine cloak, to make me look like a slave.
Nice.
Look boring.
You look boring. Congratulations. So you guys are loading up. I know a triple in the barrel. Fortuna with the cover cloth over. Like who? I guess who's all going in the cart? I should ask.
Moon will pull the cart.
You hear Balcony Blitz say, "Oh, thank God! I didn't think I was gonna be able to do that."
Actually, Moon, why don't you borrow my clandestine cloak so you can look like a boring like guy, like a slave?
That would certainly allow me to keep all of my armor and gear on. Thank you.
Yeah, you get a +1 to deception and stealth checks for looking like a forgettable background character.
Well, specifically, a reminder that like that's for like stealth checks and things like that. It's pretty much doing the thing that you do in Assassin's Creed. It's not hiding your weapons. The Ring of Discretion quite literally will hide your weapons. That's what that's for. This is not going to hide your weapons. Like,
yeah, no, that's not what I'm trying to achieve. Just trying to make it so that he looks more slavey.
Yeah, like this.
Well,
this would pretty much be like if you're
the weapons off.
Yeah, like this is the clandestine cloak is specifically for like if like nobody has noticed you yet and you're just trying to blend into the background. That's what it's for. Like.
Okay.
Yeah, it's probably not going to be of use to me. Thank you though.
Okay, well, I'll keep it on me then.
I'm not
Do you think I
helpless.
should pull the cart?
Moon Planner said that he was pulling the cart with Balcony Blitz, but it could be.
Oh, okay.
It's up to y'all. It's y'all's adventure.
Yeah, that's fair.
I've got
You
18
can
strength,
pull the cart.
so I should be able to pull it between the two of us. We got it.
Tangent
Yeah.
pulls the cart alone.
Yeah, he could.
Okay, so you gear up with Balcony, and he kind of like starts to give you the pep talk. Okay. Remember, sad. You're a slave. And he like gestures outwards. A slave to the kobold regime. And he gets this like huge like sad face, like show me your best sad face.
All right, Moon Planter's gonna give the absolute best sad face he's ever made in his entire life. Here it goes.
That looks painful. It's perfect.
All right, I think we're all saddled up then. Anyone else have anything left to get situated before we head in?
I'm encumbered. Is that going to be a problem?
You should have. Well, Balcony Blitz said he was taking stuff off of you as well, so you probably
Okay.
encumbered.
You are not encumbered
Yeah.
right now because he is
Right.
carrying some shit.
All right.
Then Swift will adorn the hat of disguise and just take the place of Cher, just mimicking how she had done it before.
Gotcha. And that lasts how long with the grater?
The greater is infinite, like you can cast. Well, you can. It's 1 hour, but you can cast them as many times a day as you want. So.
Oh, okie dokie. All right, so as you guys start traveling up, I need a D100. Let me see it. Is that your two actions? Are you guys just going along the road and heading up directly to Wati? Two moves?
I think that's the best choice.
Unless we want to spend a day just kind of searching this hex for anything.
No, I think we should move because getting closer and looking around is going to draw eyes.
Yep.
Alright, as you guys start traveling up, like I said, there are a couple kobolds who do pass you along the way. And it is at this point that I need a deception roll from Swift. If you guys do that.
Oh god. Oh no.
Swift, as you pass, they don't even seem to really care. They are literally just doing their own business. They might give you a polite nod. You're doing your thing. They're doing their thing. And you continue up. None of them seem to be any the wiser. Or even care to, like, check your stuff. Quite frankly, it's kind of one of those things where, like, if you've gotten this far, they probably aren't... Like, these guys are a lot more lax, I guess, on their security.
Okay.
You're going into
Well, that's
Wati,
pretty
like,
good.
you're not trying to escape it, right?
Right, okay. Plain sight.
So they start, you start getting closer and closer, and it's around this hex that you guys actually start to see it. The golden peak of one of the biggest pyramids out in the distance, with in front of it, to the east, the Great Wall of what you might assume to be the jewel of the city itself, the thing that the city is known for. The giant necropolis in the center. Ooh, how fancy. But it does tower above everything else, so even from this distance, you can still see them. And continuing on, upwards, 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 you start hitting a more paved road. Paved in the way that it is, I guess, yeah, it's paved with cobbles, effectively, making it a little bit easier for Balcony Blitz and Moonplanner to actually pull the cart. You know, it's just, there's like a notable change in the actual thing it does. Ahead of you, there does seem to be some sort of checkpoint. Multiple different little watchtowers tower above the road itself, which seem to have definitely not been part of the architecture. These have been constructed more or less.
Just like all the others.
Yeah, it's the very same construct as the ones you guys have seen before, and in them you just do see like a lot of different kobolds who are like, they have bows like at their sides or on their backs and things like that, but they seem to just be kind of like chatting to each other, like nothing out of the ordinary. They're literally just like watching over in case anything does happen, kind of deal. But they are just doing their thing as you guys start coming in. Nobody's really paying attention to you like in like a suspicious manner. Though as you get closer and closer to this checkpoint, that's when you finally do have a couple of kobolds who kind of come along. They just kind of walk swords at their sides and stuff. And they give a nasty look to Moonplanner and Balcony Blitz before looking toward their friend, who is you, Swift, in your disguise. Hey!
How goes it?
Aye, it goes well. It goes well, he says with like a little bit of a smile. What have you brought for me today, Muck?
Not for you, but for Heatfang. I have brought goodies, special orders, and a few prisoners for the party, for the group.
Aye. And he eyes this one. Necklace or no?
No wait, shit, hold on. The necklace, we don't want them to have, well, we don't have necklaces on them, so no necklaces.
Well, he will be pleased with that anyway. What number are we up to again? And he looks toward his friend, who kind of says, kind of thinks a little bit. 227. And what number are you? And he starts looking over at Balcony Blitz and Moonplanter. You have not been numbered yet. Bring the poker! And that's when, like, there's a couple moments, there's shuffling behind and what seems to be like a small tent with smoke kind of like filtering out the top. And they do bring forward what looks to be a poker. Specifically with like a number on the end and a little dial that changes the number as you go. It seems to be on number 352. And that's when they start approaching you, Moonplanner. Are you doing anything?
Moonplanter just hardens himself. He doesn't move back. He doesn't flinch.
All right, if you're trying not to flinch, give me your fortitude save, you.
Yeah,
Nice, and that is a normal success, so you get your critical success. As they just literally come up to you with like this poker and right into like the side where you're specifically where your cutie mark is. Yeah, so they kind of burnish that into your fur. You are now labeled number 352, I believe it was. So make sure you
Oh my
note
god.
that. And that's when they pull the poker back, and they just kind of whistle, idly like looking at you with like this like smug expression. Look at them trying not to flinch, and then they switch it up 353, and they start going over to Balcony Blitz, who is looking notably like less confident than Moon Planner at this. But he's gonna try to roll his thing too. Let's see. She is. I gotta find the thing. There it is.
So what is the save necessarily saving?
Just trying not to flinch, that kind of thing.
Okay.
Yeah, they're trying to remain like not screaming, and
Hey!
he actually does a pretty decent job at it. However, he does flinch. He doesn't not flinch. The two of you, Moon Planner and Balcony Blitz, take. Man, I guess they didn't burn it too bad into you. 5 points of fire damage to the both of you.
Okay.
As it
I'll
burnishes
just
in.
that manually.
Oh yeah, magical fire is way worse than this. Like 10 times worse.
Do I at least smell good as my hair and flesh is getting singed?
Depends. Did you use any of Triple Soaps?
No, I just kind of like dusted myself off this morning.
Then you
Oh,
use.
what a mistake.
Yeah, and it does smell
Here's
like burning
soap.
fur, and not good burning fur at that. Ah, ow, ow. Ah.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, and then he just kind of like looks towards you. You know where to take the muck. Go on. And he flicks you along the way, and then kind of puts up a hand. Wait, stop. What is? And he kind of gestures to the big covered thing.
I said, surprise for Heat Fang. For his eyes only. Big surprise.
Yes. And he kind of nods a little bit, and carry on. And he waves through. Some of the kobolds kind of step aside, and you are allowed to enter the city.
Okay.
Do-do-do-do-do-do-do.
Do you do so?
No, I turn around and I leave.
Fantastic.
No, of course I go.
Alright, you start going in, and this is where DM tells you you guys currently are at 5 victory points. Do with that information what you will. I move to a fancy map, which is probably not 100% done yet, but it's gonna serve our purposes for the moment being. So, here we go. We move to Wati. Let me know when you guys are in, or can you see things? I should pull apart.
Currently
Everything
black.
is. Oh, okay.
There we
Now I
go.
can see.
I can
There
see
you go.
things.
There we go. Like I said, map's not 100% complete yet, but majority of what I wanted in there is kind of like in there at the moment. So, I deal with it.
Are we greeted to the sights or sounds of a dragon?
Well, as you guys enter, I'm glad you asked there, Moon Planner, because I have fancy something certainly coming at you in the shape of a giant box full of text. Alright, entering the city, the sight that beholds you is likely worse than expected. Kobolds walking up and down the street speak to each other happily while sneering and making snide remarks to the citizens that they are ruling over. Great ashen marks and clear gouges from large claws can be seen against the brick of the walls of the central jewel of this city. Like I said, these giant walls, though none of the walls themselves seem to be broken in completely. A mist kind of flows over the top of them, this fog that doesn't seem to go away or be entirely natural in itself. To the west, you do see the giant 4 pyramids, now that you count them, one with a golden top, kind of pointing in the direction of this giant walled structure. And it's only after a couple minutes of being here that you can already hear the telltale sign of a yell or a scream of pain from some off-distance location within the city. And it's in the way that the citizens around in this immediate area seem to ignore that it kind of dawns upon you guys that this is probably a fairly normal occurrence.
Well, what I can see is that citizens are just kind of like they're just going like not gonna say out and about minding their own business, but are like they're just citizens that seem to be moving, not necessarily like being immediately slaves or doing slave tasks.
Give me your perception check. We'll see what you can pick apart from the crowd.
I invite my fellow party members to join me in percepting.
BCS, you should pop on Chris, by the way. You're kind of hot micing a little bit.
Oh, I am?
Yeah, just a little bit. Alright, so Moon Planner, Swift Sail, Madame Fortuna, nice, and Murbuck. Alright.
Triple.
I'm in the barrel. I guess, okay.
I was gonna say, Madame Fortuna, you see blackness.
Oh shit, you're right.
Right.
All
Does it
right.
have a, does it have a hole in it? I'll ask now, just in case.
It depends. Did the folk
Oops.
cover?
Oh, and I rolled a 40!
Did the folk roll like put the I guess covering over your barrel too, or did they just put it over Fortuna?
Well,
I never heard that mentioned. No, it's just a barrel that's covered up. But yeah,
I guess we didn't really specify.
yeah,
Nice.
it wasn't
needs
specified.
It does need holes, otherwise you're not gonna be able to breathe.
True.
Alright, you do have a barrel hole. Look at that. That's lewd. Alright, with all of y'all rolling, and I see all your rolls. Moon Planner, Swift Sail, Murloc, Triple and Tangent. You guys all get this same, I guess, impressions and things that you see. There does seem to be a milling about of various citizens. Though here on the street, probably not as much. Right now, mostly kobolds seem to be kind of going up the street. Honestly, as if it were a perfectly normal day. They are all fairly happy. Some of them seem to just be kind of trading arrows. It's pretty much like what you would expect in a normal settlement, just with the kobolds. Some of them kind of comparing little trinkets that they might have made. However, the citizens that you do see, while not chained, do seem to either like be drawing their windows shut, maybe watching you guys come on in and looking like very like saddened that like more have been brought in, giving Swift in his disguise like a really sour look, and they definitely seem to be being subjugated to this regime, and the kobolds are definitely getting the better hand of it.
Okay, so that tells me that blending in plain sight is actually pretty easy in the sense that we can have y'all just mulling about, just like we percepted.
Don't we need to be numbered?
Well, that's the thing too. You guys will want to you'll need to have your cloaks on or have something covering. Like, can we see any other of these regular ponies wearing any clothing like that might be covering their numbers?
You look around, and your perception checks would get you that there's not really too many ponies around here per se.
Well,
most of who seems to be around, the people in the actual businesses and things like that,
Persians.
are Persians, and specifically with necklaces that they definitely have clipped on right now. There is only, I think, let me see who rolled above this DC. Moon Planner and Swift Sail, yeah. You guys do spy maybe one or two Persians who actually do have their number, but only like you said, like they got like a cloak around it and it just kind of swished in the way that you actually did see like a number,
Okay.
like I guess burnished onto their side. They do not have a necklace.
Okay, if we're going to disembark, everybody needs to be covered, but what I can do is I can use this ability Posse. I can give a description of Gyro, and basically everyone can begin gathering information to try to locate where this griffin is, whether he's been captured or if he's somewhere within the city of Wati able to roam around free.
Yes, we can do that. But of course that's probably the smarter call, though that is splitting the party in a sense.
So, Muck, you know the way, they said. Where are you taking the party?
God.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, well, Because I see everyone's mulling about, so like that's why I don't even know if there's a holding facility for prisoners. I thought there might be, but there's not. So,
Could we stop into an? Sorry, if I may make a request, can we
go
stop
ahead.
into a dark alleyway so I could get out and look like a normal guy?
There's some heavy vegetation right in front of us that we could get between those two houses.
I remind you that there are a lot of kobolds with watchtowers in this immediate vicinity.
Yeah, no. Well, oh, cool.
Otherwise, I will stay in here until that happens because I'm not just going to climb out of the barrel in open.
Yeah.
Same thing with Fortuna.
What about this vegetation here?
Yeah, vegetation, alley. I think they're both good
Mhm.
calls.
It's still near that tower though. What do you say?
Well,
What can we see?
Right there is a lot of kobolds milling up and down these main roads.
I think we should potentially maybe wait.
I don't think the shrubbery right up the side. If we're gonna do it, we should do it somewhere around here.
Okay.
Yeah, I could also just keep waiting but I was.
I tell you what, Swift will follow your lead. You take us where you think we need to go.
Yeah.
I'll just hang back.
Okay. Swift will start. So, has Posse been used then?
You know, we'll definitely need some time out to talk amongst ourselves for 1 minute.
Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and bring us then. We're gonna go ahead and sneak through this alley right here. We're gonna head down this alley, Mimely.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
I mean, like
first off-
this is an overworld map, so it's not really like squeezing down an alley. Like, I mean, this can hold a cart. It's not like gonna like.
Yeah. So first off, and so, we're gonna let's see.
Can I roll a perception check for anything significant
Okay.
around here?
I'm just gonna bring us over here actually, because this looks like a good spot here. What's in this spot right here?
that would be perception from both you and Triple. To answer both your questions there.
Okay. Because this seems like it has good cover and it's off the main road, so.
After this perception roll, I'm going to ask the party roll society to find out where the Bannermanes office is.
Was that?
After we get the perception roll resolved, I want to find out where the Bannermanes office is.
Gotcha. All right, Moon Planner, Triple, Swift. As you guys are going around here, none of this seems to be too like out of the ordinary. The only thing that you guys notice along your path and the way that you guys took it, there does seem to be a tannery over here, which, I mean, seems to be somewhat in use. It's kind of one of those things where like they definitely is not as busy as it probably should be, given the size of it, given like the tables that you see, the empty stands. There are a couple people working here, but there are also kobolds managing those people, probably in a way that like they're probably forcing them to work to make some leather, various different things, and like that you've seen upon the kobolds, maybe like some patches, things that leather workers would do, right?
Right.
Now, as you guys kind of come over here, nothing seems to be out of the ordinary. In fact, here on kind of the fringes, all of these windows in this little area are closed. There's no, like, kobolds in this immediate little area.
Okay, so then this seems like a good place to stop and for us to start just kind of, getting out of cover and, like, kind of, stretching and getting ready to move from here. So, all right, lads, we're in good cover. Y'all can start coming out.
I do so. That was really cramped again.
Slipping out of cover, you guys find yourself, I guess undoing the covering tarps or whatever that you guys put on you. Does this include Fortuna?
Somebody please take this thing off of me.
Yeah,
I want to see.
I'll take it off for her just because, he hasn't seen yet.
Mm-hmm. And you start taking that stuff off. We're getting ready. Moon Planner, I'd like your society roll if you were going to try to determine where that might be.
Yeah, I'm asking the party to roll with me on this.
Oh, yes.
Who is from the desert? That is also a thing I need to know.
Not Moonplanter.
Mom.
Mubarak, are you from the desert?
Yeah, I'm from the desert.
Wait, are we doing perception?
Mm-hmm.
Society.
Hmm. Oh, society.
I guess, if you're asking the party, Sela will also do the thing. Alright, the sentry, Sela. She's also from the desert, so why not? Society, but she's untrained in the thing. Oh, I gotta do that blind. Society, blind, and I'll do one for balcony blitz too, cause why not? Society, he doesn't, he's untrained too. Well, the more you know. Alright, as you guys try to determine where the Bannermanes thing might be, Swift, have you ever been to the desert? Specifically here.
Specifically here, no.
Gotcha. Then in that case, Madame Fortuna is the only one that would know a thing. And
Can I make a roll?
I didn't see your roll.
What do I roll?
Everybody was tangent. Pay attention. Everybody was rolling. If you're gonna roll before I give the results here.
Sorry.
Society.
I know it
Really,
is.
Vinny.
There you go. And Tangent, yes, because you're also from the desert. So Tangent and Madame Fortuna, you guys would be aware that the Bannermanes HQ is over here. In fact, the Bannermanes HQ here, they are called the Guardians of the Departed, and that is
Sweet. That was my guess, actually,
yeah.
of where it was.
So that is kind of where they you're aware in that direction the thing, typically in a greener environment. Let's see, Tangent or Madame Fortuna. No, wouldn't know that, but Tangent, you would like that's pretty much like where they do all of their arcane arts and things like that too. The Guardians of the Departed are not solely a religious group. They do have a lot of the arcane, alchemical, that kind of thing. It's a fairly big Bannerman sect of its own.
All right. Okay, so I mean, so you want to try stopping by? I'm sure that place has been probably demolished at the least. Yeah. I would say relate to the party that now everyone can kind of like from what we saw, ponies were just living a daily life, even if it's a daily hell of like slavery and being ruled. It's definitely a daily thing where we can be walking around inconspicuously. You gotta keep your flanks covered though, unless you're Moon Planter or Balcony Blitz.
Wait,
And,
wait, says Mr. Balcony Blitz as you speak. Let me just double check one thing, make sure that it is on it. Okay. I was just making sure it's part of his preparations for today. And it is. It's part of his default. He kind of like looks over to you. Okay. How's this? And then
Did you eat dinner?
No.
Do you plan on it?
Eventually.
And yeah, he kind of like goes over to somebody who hasn't been marked with a number. Tangent, right? I'll go over to Tangent. Say, could do this, and then he kind of puts his cloven hooves just like right over, like where they would mark, like on the side of her leg right there, and that's when you see a little sigil appear with a number.
Oh, okay.
353. Harmlessly.
very good.
What?
Is it the only one you can do?
Nope. And then he like holds up his hoof, which is still all glowing, and then you kind of see him go like cha-ching, and then like the 353 on his hoof that you see just goes to like 4. Who's next?
I may as well give it a try.
Boop. And you get 354 for you. And then he looks toward Triple. Triple's come on, it'll only hurt a little bit.
Okay. Just to keep it down. Would I roll again? Sorry.
Smack.
No.
355.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
You could put one on me if but if it'll last through my what's it called? Hat of disguise, I don't know.
Oh wait,
You're
well.
fully disguised as a kobold, so you shouldn't need one.
Right, but I'm saying, like, if I were to lose the hat for some reason, would I still be able to have that illusion? Like, can it be like? Would it be able to be set up like that?
Yeah. So give me your do you have Arcana?
I have no Arcana.
Nah, then you don't know how this spell works. You.
do not, no.
Nature. Do you have nature? Sorry.
My nature is no. It's untrained.
You don't know how this spell works. Sorry to
I
say.
do not.
I could roll it for him.
Go for
I
it.
don't really care.
Tangent says with enough preparation I can cast Sigil.
And with that, I just need to see what this is auto heightened to. The spell he's using, Moon Planner, is Sigil, and it is currently looks to be heightened up to a third, which means that if you do not scrape this away yourself, the Sigil will just fade away after about 1 month.
Oh.
It'll
Okay.
last a good while. All right.
So yeah, Swift will like take off his disguise so he can get one too, and then put it back on.
There you go. And then you get slapped with 356.
Okay.
Here's an idea. What we could potentially do is speak to the citizens here in Wati. Swift, you could speak to the other kobolds, find out where the troubled areas are that they're having trouble controlling. That's likely where the Bannermanes are causing trouble. That can at least get us into the right area where we might be able to find them.
Aye, that's a very good call. I can see what the kobolds are seeing.
All right. Are we heading out together or inconspicuously separated but not too far apart?
Well, why don't we try right here? As Swift kind of gestures to the houses that we've stopped within. As far as asking ponies if they've seen anything.
All right. I think this would be a good time to use posse, so I'll go ahead and roll it again. I'm going to hunt. Can I hunt prey on a group, or does it need to be one specific individual?
I mean,
It needs to.
And hunt prey is an individual thing. That would be really broken if you could target 100 things with hunt prey.
Do we have a good enough description from Madame Fortuna what some of the Bannermanes look like that are part of the resistance?
Their data was expunged from their memory, if you recall.
Sela.
Oh,
Yep.
Sela.
Nothing. Oh, Sela, yeah.
Sela would tell you about somebody named Shen. Shen, who is one of my good Persian friends. Sink's friends. A good wizard. I do not know where he is, though.
Isn't Shen the main stitch here?
Yes. And she says that with like an air of like what happened?
Wait, hang on. Wait a second. Shouldn't I need a number as well, or do we still want to cover me up with some sheets?
I remind you, Fortuna, just as outside knowledge, you have been going literally camp to camp. None of them seem to really recognize or care about your side symbol.
You're right.
Damn it. This would be a great time for Shabaka. He's not here.
You chose Murbach.
I didn't know this was going to show up.
I literally said, tell me what character you're using in the next session. You were like, I'll be utilizing Murbach.
Problem.
Alright.
Newbies, Swift will disregard.
How do you spell plumage? Plumage?
M-A-G-E,
Yep.
yeah.
M-A-G-E.
Okay. So GM, that's what I'm going to use as the general description of the two people I'm going to be looking for, because I can hunt prey on two separate individuals. So I'm going to activate. You can. Okay, I cannot control. I don't control a character that I can use this. Where's hunt prey? Hunt prey is going to be up here. Well, there we go. I'm going to begin hunting prey, and going to use posse to give this description to the party in general. And I'm going to ask everyone to help me gather information on these two Bannermanes that we are seeking.
All right. Now I asked you guys, what area are you guys gathering information of? Because this is going to be like you guys give me your roles to gather
I'm
information.
going to go right here to this brightly colored one.
Individual locations are fine. I just need to know what area are you guys searching. I need the general area.
I think we can start right here, right?
In this
this
big
neighborhood.
In this big neighborhood.
This
All right.
neighborhood.
This neighborhood is where we're starting to do tangents. You want to go to here?
Yes.
All right.
It looks like a market or something where people gather.
All right.
Said it was the tannery.
Tanner. Yep. Where are the rest of y'all? I'm just kidding. Where everybody's going first before I have you roll.
As disguised as a kobold, I will just, I guess, kind of be right on the street where the kobolds would be, so I can talk to them.
Are you keeping them away from the main street? I guess like this neighborhood? Are you trying to keep kobolds out while you guys like?
I mean,
That'd be a good idea.
If I can in any way, yeah. I mean, like I know gather information is kind of a role thing, not necessarily. Yeah. So
I'm only asking you because you're either doing that with your diplomacy or you're gathering your information with your diplomacy. One of the two.
Well, then I guess I probably should just keep them out of the out of the way. Yeah.
Kind of like trying to distract who might be going in, lessen the amount of kobolds in the thing.
Yeah. Sure. I'll spend my action doing that.
All right, you do that. I need your diplomacy rolls. You two, feel free to roll them. Moon Planner, what are you doing?
I'm going to roll.
Moon Planter is shoot. My diplomacy is garbage, and I can't really put my nose to the cobblestones to try to track someone down. Moon Planter is going to stand by. Wait until people come back with information until we get like a more generalized location of where either of them are located, and then I can start rolling survival. So
you're holding off for now?
Yes.
Okay. Murabak, what are you doing?
Did the Moon Planner already go to the marketplace that's over here in this area?
No, nobody's done anything yet. I'm getting where everybody's going.
Well, I'll be going to...
You're just going to go gather information, correct?
Yes. I'll just gather information.
Where are you gathering? Like, what part of this neighborhood?
Right here.
Alright, you're going there. Tangent's going there. I saw Swift. Give me your diplomacy roll, Murbach. And then I think the last two people we have are Fortuna and Triple. What are you guys doing?
Wanna check out... I don't know about what we can do for Fortuna, but what about I check out this area?
That would be valid. Fortuna, where are you checking out?
Could I actually check the area that I'm in right now, around this place, so I don't have to move much and to stay inconspicuous?
That's a very good idea.
You're setting yourself up as like the fortune machine on the outside, seeing what you can get?
Mm-hmm.
Gotcha.
Yep, maybe move around whenever nobody's looking, but, walking the main street would be a good idea.
Alright, I need diplomacies from the remaining people.
Let's go, boys.
Moon Planter will remain relatively close to Fortuna, moving with her.
Alrighty. As you guys roll your various things, Swift, you are actually doing a fairly good job diverting these kobolds away. So good, in fact, it's probably a critical. Oh no, look at you go.
Oh wow.
So
does that mean another victory point?
No, you guys are at 5. And you guys start like kind of like you're diverting them in a way that's like does not at all cause any suspicion. In fact, like what are you telling them? What are you telling them to move away? I should ask. That's an important part.
Oh jeez. I'll tell them about like the scream. I'll tell them about rumors of what I heard the scream, like some of the more gnarly, torturous activities that have been going on the other side of like the other neighborhoods. Like, oh man, did you see what they did to this one pony? They got him hobbling on 3 legs playing hopscotch.
Oh man, like that is. Yeah, like that's definitely crit worthy. Is like a lot of them are just like super like whoa, no way, and then like will like run that way or just like you think you'll let me watch this time when he jumps on him and then they run that way, and a lot of them are just kind of like like a couple of them are just like, aren't you coming too?
Oh no, I'm waiting on someone.
Okay, I guess
I'll catch up with you.
Okay. And then they run away. Whee! There you go. You clear out most of this street with such tales. Tangent. As you go to this tannery, like I said, there were a few kobolds here watching over some of the, like, I guess, the people that they were forcing make these things. Now there's only, like, 1 or 2. Turns out, from your perspective, whispering... Do you speak Draconic, Tangent? Tangent?
I speak Goblin.
Ah, but you do not... I asked if you speak Draconic.
I don't know. I don't.
Okay. They are talking to each other. You don't know what they're saying, but a few of them leave, seemingly going more toward the east, looking excited. The other marketeers here do seem to be kind of looking, and the 1 or 2 kobolds here kind of like, are you just hanging around, or like, are you asking folks? How are you gathering information? I should ask.
I'm going to go up to folks and say, what am I gonna say? Give me a minute to think about what I'm gonna say. Can you do someone else while I think about what I'm gonna say?
Perfectly valid. All right, Murbach. You were going. Fuck, I forgot where you're going. Right over here, right?
Yes.
All right.
Right there.
Yep. You go over here. In a similar sense to Tangent, as you kind of go along this area, there does seem to be folks living here, though with their curtains drawn and that kind of thing. You kind of go up. There's a couple people who do kind of like shout at you, just like, "We don't have any rations left. Take your begging elsewhere." And then they kind of close the door. There doesn't seem to be any kobolds here, being on the fringes, and it seems like a decent amount of them for some reason are moving elsewhere, seemingly excited about something. Do you speak Draconic?
With that elocution.
Then you would. Well, I mean, do you? Oh yeah, you have the ring though, right? You have that on.
Yeah.
Then you do understand that apparently they are excited to see something about a 3-legged hobbling pony. And that seems to have spread rather quickly. The ones here, though, there doesn't seem to be any kobolds in this immediate area. So what questions are you asking to gather information?
Well, we got information about that peacock, right? Griffin?
Yeah. I believe that was the plan, yeah.
Right.
You would...
And Shen.
And Shen. Yeah, trying to get information from these folks is kind of a tough nut to crack in itself. They seem to think that the entire time you're here, you're some sort of beggar, you're some sort of charlatan, somebody who's like here to cause them trouble. The little bit of information you do get from these folk with your role is that apparently they don't know where Shen is. In fact, that's kind of the reason why they're hiding, is because whatever happened, whatever came, all these kobolds came over here, their main stitch was not able to stop it. It's kind of what you got.
I guess I ask them where they last saw their main stitch.
The time frame would be about a month ago. Is kind of what you'd get.
Damn.
Yep. All right, Madame Fortuna, you are on the outside over here, setting yourself up to possibly get a few questions, and you do. A few ponies and I guess a few Persians like look left and right, suspiciously, kind of tapping your machine. Like they're just like, they don't know where this came from. It just kind of showed up here. The one person in particular does kind of like nudge. She's back again. And like you kind of hear, no way. And they all they come up to you, looking you up and down. I don't know why they keep moving this thing. And then they put in a coin. And they look up. Tell me, are we ever going to get out of this? They whisper to you.
That's well, I mean, wavy hands around the magic ball, and there goes the card, I guess.
What does the card say?
Nah.
Nah.
Ask again later.
Ask again later.
Oh.
Nice. And they kind of frown a little bit. Gosh, darn it. And they kind of they look at the ticket and they kind of like flip it up. It's and they're kind of like looking at the ticket with like a little bit of like I guess it's a little too zealous to put all our faith in this thing. Huh? They kind of like nod. And they walk away. Other than that, Fortuna, you don't get many like actual people giving you information. They're more requesting
at least
it
I
from
got
you.
free money.
Yeah, like you got yourself one
Are
silver
you
piece, by the way.
trying to
Oh shit, silver. Oh god.
are you trying to like get some attention to try to talk to anyone?
Oh well, like the way that they're set up, Fortuna, like I said, like people were more asking you for information, less so than like the thing around. There wasn't many other rumors that you heard around the thing. Like they just seemed to be like the hopefuls trying to, you know, use the machine to try to see if there's like hope that can be gained from the future. The superstitious folk, right?
Oh, if you don't mind, a suggestion I would give you, maybe you should put on the card of, do you know this person, that person?
That seems a little bit more, you know, it seems a bit too much on the nose, honestly, because then they're wait, hang on, what? You know, maybe something like be more specific with your questions, or tell me about your present lives or something, so I can base something up on your future. I don't know.
Fair. Yeah, you do you.
I don't know.
So as you kind of as you kind of do that, there was Triple up here, right?
Yes.
Triple, you go up here now. Triple, you see the most kobolds, and not being in this area, you see more of them along here. While your friend may have spread some rumors to call more of them away, up around these pyramids, there seems to be a very large, I guess, like more sentry-esque guard around these areas, keeping a lot of folks away. So you're kind of on the fringe of that, right? Like you could see a lot of them, and a lot of these folks here have just like once again barred themselves in. There doesn't seem to be any kobolds here disturbing them necessarily. So I ask you, what were you, I guess, asking or trying to get, or trying to glean from these folks here? Like, what questions were you asking, trying to get a hold of, etc., etc.?
Well, actually, I don't think I'm going to risk it because, one, I don't speak Draconic, and two, this is useful information enough. I know what's going on near those towers, and I can relay it back to the party. I want to head back to where Madame Fortuna is.
You head back to where Madame Fortuna is, and I think I got to everybody, yeah?
Namely, you skipped me.
Oh, yeah, sorry, Tangent. Yeah, because we need to go back to Tangent. Tangent! Same question.
Okay, I'm going to describe Gyro as like a flashy peacock with purple and gold, and ask them if they've seen him.
The reason why I was asking BCS is, like I said, there are still one or two kobolds here that are, you know, still listening into shit and like seeing you move around. So like, is Tangent just going up to one of these people and saying, "Where's Gyro? Where's Gyro?"
No, she's going to describe a peacock griffin, and then ask if they've seen him.
You say these words, and as you do, give me a D2, Tangent.
A D2.
Mm-hmm.
Is that a 1 or a 2?
That's a 2. And partway through, like you talking about this thing, it is clear that by the sudden look of fear on the one that you're talking to's face, and the way that, you know, goods are not being exactly exchanged, one of the two kobolds kind of comes up, and you don't speak Draconic, but they are yelling at you in some garbled language. They're just like giving you the fuck off like hands, like get out of here. They're kind of kicking at you a little bit.
I run away.
You
I don't think you should run. I think you should just stroll away.
Well, you're not there, and I've already taken my action.
I'm confirming. Are you running away?
Yes.
What's your movement speed? And where are you running?
My speed is 35 feet with the boots, and I'm going to run.
You don't have your boots on, remember? You don't have a thing to conceal them.
I thought that I left my
you
boots
gave
and
them
cloak
to
on.
balcony blitz, remember?
Oh, well, I asked that if I was giving my investment and other stuff up. I didn't get an answer.
Oh, yeah, like, your investments don't stay once you take them off. You take them off, your investment ends.
No, vestments, not investments.
Vestments of druid or whatever.
Yeah.
The whole point
Anyway,
of taking...
I'm going to run in this direction, back the way I came.
You run in that direction, and, hang on, I gotta do some rolls, BCS. Oh boy, look at you guys go.
Here we go.
There you go.
There BCS goes.
Yeah.
Tangent, as you start running, they briefly start chasing after you before his friend kind of like tugs his arm, shakes his head, says something. And you guys lost one of your victory points. So you're down to 4 victory points now, but they don't pursue you any further, Tangent.
Okay.
Alright,
That I did, that was different from what anyone else did.
it was, but you decided to run away from the authority figures in this place.
Better not do that one again.
Alright, so with that said, eventually you guys kind of, I assume, meet up in X place again, yeah?
Yeah.
Eventually. Getting over here, it seems that as you guys kind of gather your merry group back together, Tangent is somewhat out of breath.
What happened?
They got onto me. But I don't know what they said.
Are they following you still?
No.
Oh, okay. Thank goodness. Like, that would have been bad.
Did anyone find any useful information?
Mainly, were those people I was talking to, were they ex-Bannermanes or something like that? Or were they just civilians?
They were just civilians.
Oh.
Most of them seem to have necklaces. None of them had numbers.
Alright. I couldn't gather any useful information. The only thing I know is that the disappearance of the Bannermanes here, disappearance of the main Stitch here was like a month ago, around a month ago. That's all I gather.
Is that all we have?
To the north, there is a pyramid with a lot of kobolds. We might want to be careful about that. I tell them about what I saw.
I doubt our Bannermanes would be hiding in the pyramids if there's that many kobolds.
I think we gotta. I don't know. There's be around here. I mean, I would assume that people the Persians or creatures that I know the most are the ones on the outskirts, away from the kobolds. But
this is kind of the outskirts.
Yeah, but this is only like one part of it. He was like,
it's a big city.
Yeah.
Did we essentially question this whole area here?
Not even close, I believe.
I mean, I think technically you probably did half of this neighborhood.
Yeah.
So we could move up to here and question this other half, right?
Yeah.
I think that's a good idea. But maybe we should send out like the most charismatic, suave people out. Like Swift is already doing the distracting, but you know, the socially, the faces. We should send the faces out, basically.
Yeah.
I do speak Sphinx as well as Draconic, but I don't need to speak to the kobolds directly.
I also speak those languages.
I can only speak Sphinx.
Oh.
All right, let's move up to the second half of this neighborhood and question it.
Alright, as you guys kind of like move through here, I will note that you do see those two kobolds who were chasing down Tangent knocking on people's doors. Those who are near enough to hear them seem to hear that they are looking for an orange cat.
Going to use my hat of disguise
Oh
to make
boy.
a white cat.
Also, keep the number. Remember to do that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Make sure to change your disguise out of sight.
Yeah. We could hide her behind the blanket. Or in an alleyway.
Alright, so you guys are searching in this neighborhood. I'll just take a big diplomacy roll from the lot of you guys to gather information here.
Okay.
And then what was the subject of your information that you guys are trying to gather about?
We're trying to locate Shen and Gyro.
I'll look for Gyro. I'm going to present it like my master is looking for A and that description, right?
Fair enough.
We're doing society, right? No. What was it that
Diplomacy.
Just diplomacy.
Yep.
Yeah, blind diplomacy. There we go.
Diplomacy do be gathering information for rumors and shit. So
I might have some big brain idea for this one, so let's see.
all right. Well, what is your big brain idea? We'll start with you first before I go down the rolls.
Well, here's the thing. What if I fake a malfunction and just say, please contact your local tinkerer to get me fixed, or some shit like that? And that's how we get them to maybe talk?
Oh, like in need of maintenance.
Yeah, I need a maintenance, and Gyro is a tinkerer, so it could probably help. So maybe I just fake a malfunction and just go into fucking assistance mode. Please contact your local tinkerer to get the machine fixed.
I think that could be worth it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that idea.
And
Definitely big brain.
yeah, and you guys start doing your gathering. Now, I'm going to start with everybody else and then get back to you, Fortuna, if you don't mind.
Yeah.
Swiftsail, and Swiftsail, Tangent,
Ahoy.
and Triple. You three, kind of like, this area is a lot more rudimentary. Like, there's a lot more tents in this area. Some of the houses seem to be kind of decrepit. And the people here, much like previous, don't seem to be the most responsive to questions unless, you know, like a kobold is knocking at their door, which is why Swift, you're in your kobold disguise, yes?
I absolutely am, because I can also use the opportunity if there's any lingering kobolds around. Just like before, or suggested before, ask them about any troubled areas in the city.
And a lot of the responses you get are, you should know, and like general like scowling looks, and a couple folks who look like they're just scared to see you at their doorstep. One of which has doesn't have a necklace, but does have one of the brands on the side of his flank, and will repeatedly tell you over and over, no troubled areas here, nothing out of the ordinary. I promise. Here's some silver, and he like hands you some silver, like, hey, take it, think nothing of it.
I push the silver back to the person who gave it to me, and I repeat my question.
Any troubled areas of the city in that?
Yes. And I ask in a non-threatening way.
Your non-threatening way would be part of your diplomacy roll that you rolled, which would come across as probably not the most friendliest thing that you've ever said in your entire life, but being under disguise,
Really?
it's still more like an intimidating factor with its own. I don't know. They're having some troubles with rations or something up in the north part of the city. I don't know. I don't go there.
In that. Okay. North part of the city. Is it just rations or?
I don't know.
Okay. I'll stop harassing him.
Okay, and he very quickly shuts his door, and you hear like this thump behind it, like he's probably closed it, and then slumped on the outside of the door, like a sigh of relief. He's definitely like scared out of his wits to see you there.
Yeah.
Those who are not kobolds,
I would ask the same thing to kobolds in the area too, though.
The kobolds in the
That was
area.
sort of the idea.
The kobolds in the area would say, currently there's a troublesome cat around here. Just ran away from us. Really suspicious. We're supposed to look out for that kind of thing. And he says, have you seen any?
Troublesome cat. I just got back into town myself. I'll definitely keep an eye out for. You said orange.
Orange, yes. And
All right.
he kind of smiles. And new policy from the Scale Master himself. And he kind of smiles. Anyone caught disobeying the law gets another 50 numbers knocked off of their current place in line.
Oh. Oh, okay. I will be sure to take down numbers when I see them then. I'd grin, I'd get giddy at the idea. Oh, I'm so happy to be taking down those numbers and making it quicker for those that dare disobey us.
Mm-hmm.
But orange cats. Anyone else of note, of a notable color distinction or race or?
And he kind of thinks, are you new?
Sort of, yes.
Hmm.
I just want to know what to keep an eye out for so I can do the best job for Heatfang.
Well, and he kind of thinks a little bit. Well, I don't really have a visual for him, he says, like a kind of a smirk. But I'm sure that if you head over there, and he gestures to this neighborhood, actually.
Okay.
They have a few posters around of some ne'er-do-wells that they want subdued. He says with a smile.
Why, I think I might have to go take myself a look at these posters so I can join in on the fun.
And they kind of smile. Best of luck. And
You too.
I move on to 777s and Tangent. You guys do the thing. I guess I should start with Murbach. Murbach, that was not the best roll, my dude. There isn't much that you gathered past what you did previous. It's like, you know, suddenly people are come knocking, that kind of deal. Like, they're keeping their doors tight shut if it's not a kobold, and you're just the unfortunate end of that. Tangent and Triple being like, you guys are probably like a little bit more, I guess, like you guys got your numbers on your sides and all that stuff. And Tangent, you're disguised as something else, yeah?
I'm a white cat now, a white Persian.
A white Persian. Yeah, a couple of them.
But well, I don't know. Does Hat of Disguise cover wings? I mean, if I don't move them.
As long as you're a similar shape.
You guys don't.
Yeah.
Okay.
You guys don't get any additional information about like anything related to Gyro or the Bannermanes or anything like that.
No.
Madam Fortuna, I come back to you. As you feign your you know, broken, need repair, call the tinker kind of thing. That's you do actually get the attention of probably one kobold or two. Kind of comes over to your box. Oh, it's one of these things, and they just kind of like, he's surveying you, Fortuna, surveying. I don't even know where these things come from, and he kind of like gives you like a little bit of a kick to try to get it working again. Kick. Damn thing.
Does she take damage?
She does not. It's just like a light kicking, like, you know, just like kicking a soda machine. And like he just kind of like thinks a little bit, looks to his compatriot, and it's just like, who fixes this kind of thing again? And he kind of looks over. Why do we want to fix it? And he kind of like leans, and Fortuna, you hear them whisper, because these idiots, and he gestures around, will put anything in there if it means that it gives them some hope. He smiles. And he says, aha, well, and they think, well, you can ask him, I suppose. Me? Why me? It was your idea. And they kind of blink. Yeah, it's your idea, so you do it. And he kind of thinks a little bit. Fine. I'll ask him. And then that's when you see them leave Fortuna, but they seem to be curious about asking somebody about something to possibly get this working again. Ooh. That's what you get with your thing. All right. So it's about 2 hours of the gathering information. And you guys eventually slowly meet up again. It's around this time that some of the kobolds are making their way back in this general direction, given that there was not a three-legged hobbling pony, unfortunately.
Question.
Swift will say...
Huh?
What's
It's
that,
Balcony
BTS?
Blitz. I said, is Balcony Blitz with us?
Oh, Balcony Blitz doing anything?
Oh, yeah, he is. Thank you for reminding me. As is Sela. Let me do their thing.
Good call out.
Alright, Balcony Blitz. He's actually gonna do this. Where is this? There it is. Bah. And Sela is gonna do... She is, of course, untrained in this. There it is. Bonk. Alright, and as you guys kind of gather back up, the additional information that you get from Balcony Blitz and Sela is more akin to what you got from the kobolds, but from the opposite side. It's along the lines of these numbers are like, yeah, it's their place in line. And, you know, looks like you guys are a few hundred off, but they do have, they do pretty much have like this numbering system. Don't fuck up. It's like you call it a social credit system, if you will, and the consequence of getting your number called is death.
Yeah, and I will relay to the party that about what the kobold said about the policy of misbehaving means getting bumped up 50 points, and then I will look at Tangent and I will say, so probably don't be orange for the rest of the time that we're here. Otherwise, your number could get brought down closer to a grim demise.
Sorry, what
my hat only lasts an hour.
Does anybody got any paint?
I don't.
Tangent has some paint.
Madame Fortuna, I saw the two kobolds speaking to each other, but I couldn't hear them because I was too far away. What did they say?
Well, they said, I fixed a malfunction, all right? So what my hope was maybe to get myself fixed, and these kobolds said something about a tinkerer, and I think they're bringing it here.
Did they say how long it'll be?
I have no idea.
Maybe
I should probably stay here and stay in this location and not move until they come back.
Might be a good call if they do bring Gyro. Oh, and that reminds me, one of the kobolds that I did speak to mentioned some wanted posters in the neighborhood next to us, which I figured we were going to go check out next anyways, but might give us some a look of who's wanted, who's troublesome in the area. Might hopefully be the friends that we're looking for.
Could be.
Who should go do that? Oh, go on.
I think we should lay low for a while. Maybe if we give some of these sphinxes a few coins, they'll let us stay inside. Swift, you should stay out here since you've got the perfect disguise next to Madame Fortuna, and see if we can get the Tinkerer to come back and fix it.
All right, I guess it's worth hanging out for a second while that happens.
Sorry, what was the thing that happened again if the number gets called? I'm asking this in character.
We don't.
Again.
I'm guessing you don't really want to find out, lad.
Moonplanter looks to Triple and makes the head cut off sign with his wing.
Got it. Like, we gotta... Okay.
Aye.
Yeah, so I'm number 352. If I get caught messing up, I become number 302.
Wait, they just gently caress your throat?
No, they kill you.
Oh. Yeah, that may be unfortunate.
Yeah. Imagine your hydraulic lines getting cut and you bleed out.
They can be repaired. I don't care.
The rest of us aren't so lucky, alas.
Yeah. I see.
All right.
All right,
So I think we're waiting here just to kind of lay low for a second while the Tinkerer comes.
Yeah, if Madame Fortuna is going to be here in the street, we could go to this house right here, pay them a few coins, and see if we can hide inside. Those who are good at sneaking can hide on the roof and watch.
All right, how many coins are we talking?
At least a gold.
Yeah.
You get as you offer a gold to the people who are in here, looking left and right, making sure that, like, well, you're in your kobold disguise, right?
Oh yes, I'm in my. Well, I can maybe just force you guys, like, force them to keep you there.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah, I will. Let you guys want to try that?
Yeah.
Okay. Swift will barge, like, knock on the door.
And they open up, and, you know, notably that, like, look of fear. This one seems to have two younger children, both who seem to have a necklace that's probably a little bit too large for them around their necks, but they do have it on, and he kind of guards them. What do you want?
Your space. We are running out of space out here. You're taking in these.
That's unfair. We have done nothing against the law.
Oh, really? Or is saying no to me sounds like it's pretty against the law. Is this guy wearing a necklace?
He is. Give me a intimidation roll.
I forget, what's the difference between the necklaces and the numbers?
The necklaces represent those who can gain access to the big spooky cemetery place. I forget what it's called.
Do they also have numbers on them, though?
No, none of these guys have numbers on them. The intimidation, though, is enough for him to, like, kind of scoot his kids beside. Do you lay a claw on them?
I'm not stepping inside to touch the dirty rats. And then I will shoo in Moonplanter and the rest who are not going to sneak.
Moonplanter takes on a intimidated look, and he keeps his head low and just kind of like walks along the wall.
Nice. You guys kind of shuffle in there. As you guys are kind of hiding out, Fortuna waiting for the, you know, probably doing that, like, annoying, like, occasional, like, 20-minute beep thing. Was just like, service needed, like, you know, like.
Yeah.
Eventually, there's a scuffling. Fortuna, you hear a scuffling. And that scuffling is accompanied by what looks to be somebody bound in chains. A certain griffin with plumage and a tail that is very peacockish. Ah!
Yo!
Watch the feathers! Don't you tell us how to talk to you. Yeah, talk to you how I want. Smack! Ah! Like, it's like a peow! Like, you know, like the peacock sound.
It's about time you got here. This thing's been going off like crazy.
He's like, fine. I'll look at it. He says, like talons in the air, and he's gonna rolls his eyes. Honestly, you don't have to be so goddamn rude. And then starts it's like looking in it. He kind of takes out some tools. The kobolds are kind of like snickering, watching. And he goes up to your eye, Fortuna, kind of like tilting his head, looking for abnormalities, gears that might be off. Okay. And you see him actually take out like a couple small tools, start fiddling, until he replaces one of the little glass insets on your eye. Fortuna, your eye is fixed now. Yeah, they fixed.
It's a miracle,
right?
I can see again.
Do you say this?
Yes, why not?
You say this thing, and he kind of like looks a little bit triumphant. Ah, there we go. Bit odd that was. He kind of tilts his head in the programming of this thing. Where's it from? And then he kind of like goes to the side, and Gyro sees the thing, like the big symbol at the side. Ah, that makes sense. And he kind of nods. There. You happy? Am I allowed to go now? No. In fact, just for that. And they yank him. Pew! Again with the peacock noise, right? And you see him like yanking it off. Like yanking him back in the direction eastward. You get to stay in there for another week.
I'll speak up. Where, if I need him again in case this thing starts going off, where exactly is that?
Then you can ask our master for him.
Well, that wasn't what I asked. I just asked where he was.
Well, you said, like, well, if I need him again, and they're like, then you can ask for him again, like, and then they told you where their master was.
I can feel my gears starting to need some WD-40.
The one who you guys have definitely probably cleaned his gyro, kind of like perks up in here. Did you hear that? Still needs some work. And like they kind of like squint at him, and then give like a devious look to their friend Swift. Oh, Swift, what do you think? They say sarcastically.
Wait, they call him Swift?
Well, no, call me Muck, but I'm sorry. What do I think about what?
Like they're asking, like he's just like, it looks like there might be a little bit more work need to be done on that thing, because he's trying to get out of being put wherever he's being put. And they kind of smile sarcastically, look towards you, Muck, and pretty much like say like, I don't know. What do you think?
I think the thing already said it's a miracle.
Well, there you have it.
You can see again.
Yeah. And they start tugging along. Now, Swift, are you accompanying these folk?
Yes, of course.
Alright. I need to pull up something here, because you guys are making me do things. Look at that.
That seems like a good idea.
Yeah, don't worry about it. I gotta pull up things. Give me like 30 more seconds here.
Got it.
Yeah.
Splitting the party, splitting the party.
Yeah, who does that?
I kind of wish he said just work on him here or something. I don't know.
Swift, they start taking you this direction. I'm kind of pinging along, you see. They're taking you along this direction, up through many of the things, not stopping at that neighborhood, but continuing to go up. And in fact, let me just make sure that my microphone is still coming in here. There we go. Hang on. You guys are making me do things. I gotta pull up things sorry. Lots of things in the city. I actually didn't import things over that I needed to import. It's okay.
I wonder if we should have ambushed those two kobolds and just killed them in the street.
I don't know.
Definitely not. That
Like
would have.
there's a few snitches around, so
That would have drawn so much
also
attention.
yeah, attention.
I have an idea. Is it a good idea? Let's not get ahead of ourselves.
Alright, property.
Me 90% of the time.
Alright, testing, making sure that my voice is coming through. You guys can still hear me, right?
Yep.
Yep.
Alright, so, as you are taken up toward here, this big ziggurat in itself, kind of like, a bit like...
What'd you just say?
This is a ziggurat, shut the fuck up.
This thing here, you said?
Yes, now...
Okay.
Yeah, this is a ziggurat.
Yes, it is a ziggurat. It is the pretty much, actually, give me a society check, Swift. Give me your society, you. You would definitely know this to literally be the High Temple of Soft Whisper. Like, this is, like, the main thing. They're taking you here. All the way to the bottom where they kind of, like, look up. And Gyro just kind of, like, rolls his eyes. Really? Do I have to? And, they kind of say, stop your complaining before I zip tie your mouth shut. Or your beak shut, rather. And, they start kicking him up the way. As you follow along, Swift, that's where you start hearing it. A bellowing laughter. And maybe some fire, some general...
Oh dear.
Roaring distantly, some crackling of stones. And as you kind of get up to the top, the sight that meets you is one of grandeur. Mountains of gold. Mountains of gold, jewels, goblets, necklaces, even some cages. What seems to be some statues. Lots of different art items around what seems to be a fairly large adult and black striped dragon.
Why have you brought him back here?
Oh,
Oh.
nice.
Answer me, whelp.
Oh, was that to me? I thought it would be to the other.
Yeah, the other ones that are bringing them.
Oh.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like, they're kind of cowering a little bit. We're sorry. We did not mean to disturb you. Holy shit. Sorry, get on some rice here.
That's fine, man. Don't worry about it.
And, he kind of, like, says, like, continues on.
Well, you're right to be scared of me. Why is he not bowing?
They point to you, Swift.
I would definitely have followed suit.
All right, you follow suit then.
You didn't say that they bowed. But
well,
I would definitely bow with them.
Fair enough. They start bowing, and he's instead directing that comment toward Gyro, who is still standing tall, because it would ruin my feathers. And that's when he there's like a big spoof like against the ground. Some of the gold kind of like avalanches down from like the tops of the thing, like in a small wave clatters against the floor. Bow to me, or it will be the last decision you ever make. And that's when you think, he actually...
Bow to me, or it will be the last decision you ever make.
And,
nice.
Yeah, there we go. And he does so. He kind of like reluctantly kind of gives a very mocking bow. My liege, he says. And that's where the dragon actually comes forward, and you hear this like half-hearted squeak as it kind of whoosh like to the side, his claw to the side, smacking him but also grabbing him at the same time, and not like caring enough to like not squeeze him. He just like kind of takes Gyro, like looks up, kind of looks at some of those cages that he seems to have hanging from the ceiling, and just clang throws them in there.
Okay, this is where I take the chance to examine all the other cages.
Give me a perception check. You look in some of the other cages, and there is bones. Lots of bones in a lot of different cages. That's where they are. Most of these don't seem to entirely be, like, rotted. They are bones by means of definitely charring. They've just were in the cages, probably at unfortunate times with the dragon.
Yummy.
Yeah.
They got ice.
There is a substantial amount of bones around the room, too, as a matter of fact. Different skulls, fancy swords, some statues, gold, art items, that kind of thing. Like I said, it was all in the room. So, yeah, like that's kind of what's around here. The dragon, after thumping him into the cage, Gyro's kind of like swinging now, like freely on the cage from the force of his like getting thrown in there. And he kind of like goes over to his like normal spot amidst his horde, and kind of like looks back toward you kobolds, musing hungrily.
Bring me the next number.
That sounded so calm.
Okay, is the next... Okay, I glance at the other two.
And they kind of like say, they don't question it, they just say, yes sir, and they start like backing out, bowing.
Bow, follow, follow.
And they eventually, like, you guys get all the way to the bottom of the stairs, and they look exuberant. Like, you know, like they're like nudging each other, just like, yeah, he's so cool. Like,
oh my god, that was amazing!
Yeah, like that's like the general disposition of these kobolds. Next number. And he kind of thinks 200 and... Are we on? We're gonna go ask the front again.
Yes, let's go.
Alright, and as you guys go to do that, what are the rest of you guys doing while this is happening?
Moonplanter looks to the family and he apologizes. I'm sorry we got forced in here with you. This isn't an ideal situation for us either.
And they kind of squint. He's still holding his like kids behind him. It's just like, I do not blame you, he says with a bit of a disposition, or I guess a little bit of and like an angrier roll of his eyes, looking toward the boarded up windows. I blame the cur that invited this scourge into the city.
You see, a girl invited the scourge?
The cur that
Her.
invited this.
Oh.
Are there any kobolds around?
Around you guys? Yeah, like they're in here, and they started filtering back once they realized that there wasn't a three-legged hobbled pony. So there's a little bit more of a kobold presence here now.
And
I mean,
then get her
Do y'all think it'd be safe
back.
to? Do y'all think it'd be safe to ask who the cur is? This is out of character, by the way.
Beats me. And he kind of goes to a shrug. Do I look like? And he kind of like looks left and right and then whispers, "A Bannermane to you?"
No, of course not. No Bannermane. I don't know where Bannermane even is anymore. Must all been rant off.
I've read a lot about the Bannermanes. I've been told they're crafty wizards and clerics and fine warriors. Why didn't they stop this?
Beats me, they said.
Guess they weren't strong enough.
With like a little bit of a shrug. You'd think that they'd be a little bit more punctual with how long this has been going on. He kind of rolls his eyes. He looks a little bit salty at that.
I think that's a bit of a hint. What do you guys think?
Yeah,
Out of character, do you need to reveal ourselves?
That's what I'm
I
asking.
think there's too many kobolds around. Unless we could like
Well,
whisper
we're inside.
You got
Inside.
Yeah.
So
Can I-
and they seem to have been waiting for you, so I feel like they wouldn't turn you in if you revealed.
Moonplanter asks, how loyal are you to these kobolds?
Loyal? Kind of scoffs. Now he looks toward the ground. If they were to threaten my kids, I would do anything that they tell me to save them.
Oh, well then, don't tell them, I guess. Because really, it's not, how beneficial is it to us, right?
Yeah, out of character, I mean, he's obviously going to do whatever it takes to protect his kids.
Which means that if you let him know who you really are, then
He could turn us in for
he
get,
would
like,
turn
a better,
us in for, to save
better
his
deal.
kids.
Yeah.
Right.
So, no,
That's-
don't reveal.
Also,
But
it
that's
sounds
if
like
he
he's
gets into a situation to reveal us. Like,
Yeah.
they're obviously looking for some kind of answer, some kind of hope.
right. But thing is that he does sound like he's actually happy about the Bannermanes right now. I think none of them are, to be honest. But yeah.
Who else is living here?
Mm.
Just us, he says with like a little bit of like a sad note to his voice. There was another, but her number came up.
Oh,
Was that their mother?
What was that?
Was that their mother?
And he kind of nods.
I'm very sorry to hear that. I guess I'll get my turn eventually, and Moonplanter will turn to show his number.
You show your number, which is number 350...
52.
52. And he kind of blinks. Well, at least you got a few hundred off. And that's when about you start hearing a screaming from outside. Oh no. Screaming time. Let me pull up my notes. Aha, there they are. Now as you guys kind of hear this yelling, there's like from down the way, the host that you're with right now, like peeks open a little bit. He doesn't look like this is like a surprising thing, but he does open the window just to kind of see, like kind of what's going on a little bit, and you guys can kind of get from that too. From across the building, along the way, you see those two kobolds from before and Swift, who had made their way back here. The other two, not Swift obviously, are kicking down this door and seemingly dragging out somebody who is yelling and screaming by them, and they're just kind of like merrily cackling. They don't even seem to care that Swift himself isn't helping, I guess Muck. He said, "This would have been much less painful had you come forward when your number was up when we called it, Persian." He kind of starts going, no, please, let me at least, my family. And they start, you had more than enough time to say your goodbyes. Now you serve a much better purpose of ensuring our master prevails. Ensuring that our master prevails. And you kind of drag him out. Nobody seems to like really stop them. And like, so I should ask, Swift, what are you doing during all this?
Not helping, like you said, but
No.
watching off. What's up, Moon Planner?
Out of character. We're coming to a moment. Do we keep our cover and go along with this, or do we risk everything and try to stop it?
I don't really think there's a point because they'll just move on to the next person. They'll just eat that
Well,
guy.
Yeah. Well, like, here's the thing.
At
The
best.
Heat Bang asked for the number, so like, if he doesn't get his number, then he'll just send other kobolds probably, or like it'll be investigated. Like this specific thing is kind of like they're on a mission. They're not necessarily just out and about.
How about this? What if we attempt to free her, and then what's that word where you blame somebody?
Blaming someone?
Blaming somebody?
Yeah, there's a fancy word for it. Okay.
Throw somebody else under the bus.
Backstabbing?
We let her escape, and then we blame it on one of the kobolds, and he's the one that ends up getting eaten instead.
I mean, I don't know where she escapes to because they have all the guard towers. Like,
Yeah.
they can't. She can't hide. They obviously knew where she lives, so she can't go hide somewhere.
Right.
And no one else would take her. Like, I feel like no one else would really take her in. We would have to sneak her out of here. Like, I feel like we don't have the means of acting just yet.
So do we just let it happen?
Yes.
That's such a bad thing to say, but I mean, like, if we just try to fight them for one, that's gonna draw all the attention of all the kobolds in this neighborhood, and then it could draw like everyone else in the city, right?
Right, unless we had some silent, non-lethal means of stopping this, like sleep or paralysis of some kind.
Or darts with like sleep paralysis or whatever.
Right. If we can't do that, it's probably best just to let her go. We'll try to save as many as we can.
Yep.
Also, please. Also, just make a note. No, we didn't run into anybody like this yet, but there could be potential. I already said something about snitches, but also there could be people that could simply get in on the action and try to help the kobold just, get a better life in here. So, it could be not only we're done with kobolds, but also desperate, like, non-kobolds like Persian and all other stuff.
All right, you guys are letting it happen?
Yeah, and then since if they seem distracted enough, I will like try to not slip back with them.
All right, give me your stealth roll.
Also, what is her number?
200, and I believe I said 227 was the one that we're at, so this should be 228.
Nice. Oh.
All right, and with that stealth check, like, I mean, the kicking and screaming has them more than preoccupied, and by the time, like, they get out to the street, they don't care that you hadn't joined them. Other kobolds are, like, helping restrain them and bring them, like white blood cells in the body attacking a virus kind of deal. Like, they're all just kind of, like, now herding her toward the ziggurat.
Right.
All right.
Yeah, and then I will wait when they're out of the way. Go back to the door, right, with everyone else.
Yes. And there's a knock on the door, and then suddenly the Persian that you guys are host with kind of says, "Shh, keep it down. I will deal with them." and then stands up. Stands up to move his kids back and toward like a kitchen area. Stay behind here, and like gestures like right behind the countertops that are kind of in the middle. Goes back, opens the door. What?
I need to see the ones again. Not you or your kids, and then I point to the other ones I just brought here.
They're yours, he says with like a little bit of reluctance and like gives you guys like an apologetic look. Kind of steps aside.
Moonplanter quickly stands up and he trots toward the door.
The rest of you two, come on.
Comes along.
Let's get out of here.
Balcony Blitz is putting on the utmost saddest look he can possibly muster. He's the
You too, Cat.
Alright.
Yeah, he kind of Sela acts like she's helping up the white Persian up under her feet. Come on, and like walks with her out.
All right. I would say then, just for safety, we get the party, and then out of sight we go around here again.
The one that you guys hidden before was over here.
Yeah. Well, I mean, this is right here, but sure. Let's just this just seems like it should work fine too, right?
There are watchtowers right over here. I'm just gonna
Okay, then never mind.
Well, we should regroup to where they don't have it's
I
not
have
many
the party
kobolds.
vision.
Okay.
I brought us here.
Right.
I'm the kobold in charge here.
You guys are brought there with nary a complaint from anybody else.
Okay.
You were gone for a while. What did you find?
Okay. Yes. So, I saw him. He is quite imposing.
Wait, you mean?
I saw Heatfang. He is in that, I don't know what you call it. He's in, it looks like ruins. It looks like a big giant ruin thing on the east side. That's where they're keeping Gyro.
Wait, they took him away?
Yes.
Why?
Because he was done with his tinkering job with Madame Fortuna.
I should have kept up the act.
We could. I'm sure we can lure him back out eventually, but we need to have a plan now.
Do you think they were able to call him out to get like a mechanical job done? Do you think you can call him over again, but this time somehow by yourself? So that way you can ask.
The ones I was with, they definitely seemed like they did not care to ask him themselves. So they said if I needed him again, they said, well, you'd ask him. And I say that in a way like I'm mimicking the kobolds who told me that.
Yeah.
They said, you ask him yourself next time. So.
Do you think?
Well, what I'm thinking is you could simply ask him again to come out to fix another problem. Like, you can disguise that. And
do we know it? Do we know where he is?
Well, I think Swift would know.
Do I know where who is?
Yeah, Gyro.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I said that. I said that they brought. That's where we brought him. We brought him to.
Oh yeah. I know, but you said you ask him, so I thought, well, I just thought, they assumed that you knew where he is, but they just brought him back and you didn't know where he went.
Well, at first I didn't know, but then they walked me over to where both Heatfang is, as well as where they're keeping Gyro. He's being kept in a cage above Heatfang in his lair.
Well, we're making progress. That's good.
Oh, what I'm saying is you can get Gyro out of the cage, just by asking for him to come fix it. But you can ask Gyro questions about maybe the whereabouts of the Bannermanes, possibly.
That's definitely a good idea. We should get a plan together around getting Gyro out of his cage, and then I can ask him on my own. So long as I don't burn to death. But We got him out that time. I would say we would probably need to give it a little bit, because he did seem bothered.
Yeah.
Heatbang definitely seemed bothered, so.
For your information, I do have a fancy thing to show you guys for what Heatbang looks like.
Whoa!
How big is like what square is like 9 by 9?
And this is 9 by 9. God no.
He looks like a fucking bitch.
He is.
I mean 3 by 3.
All right. So
He looks like
Swift.
the kind of guy with pet issues.
In terms of squareage, he'd be 3 by 3.
Oh.
Aye, he's 3 by 3.
They ain't too big. I can freaking power
Yeah.
drive him. I want to.
Yeah, this guy's a baby bitch. It's fine. We
Yeah,
can handle
ain't
him.
Too much for him.
I love the confidence, but it's not so much him as it is the hundreds of kobolds in the city that will come aid him.
Also, be very careful. The walls might have ears.
That's why you gotta backstab him. Just take him when he least expects it.
Easier said than done.
Did you see any other dragons up there with him?
I'm offering step 6. I'm not talking about the other steps, but you know.
That's a good question, Mimley. Did I see any other dragons?
No, you did not. In fact, that horde itself was pretty monstrous, wasn't it?
Yes. So my guess is that. Oh yeah, he had a big pile of gold too. Wow, that is quite the bounty, I must say. If we can pull this off, it's looking like he did the job of like probably securing the gold and killing off other dragons for us. Would be my guess. He might be the only dragon in this city.
Wait, do you say that like in character? All that in character?
Yes.
Well, just to look good, Morbarak would say, but that gold is likely for all these civilians. Don't you think that we should, I don't know, cut it up to where it belongs to?
Of course.
Of course.
Yeah, I'm certain that this city will need to get back up on its hooves and paws, so it would be fitting to spend the gold here for the services we need.
All right, so Swift speaks up. We know where one of our missing friends are. We still have Shen and who are the other ones, Sela?
Yoon.
Yoon is my friend, though he is not one of the guardians of the departed.
So we're looking for the guardians of the departed. Any Bannermanes that are hiding out here in the city in plain sight, or but you also said that. Didn't you say like 2 of your friends were captured though?
Yes. And she kind of like sighs a little bit. Yes, this is true. Though they were captured by certainly smaller dragons than the ones you have described.
Would they have been brought here, though, is the question.
This is for the gods to know and for us to find out, I suppose.
I will be back in a moment. Madame Fortuna needs to raid the toilet.
Madame Fortuna sprung a leak. Oh god.
Oh boy. Oh, it's coming.
Oh, goodness.
Okay. Well, then I think probably best to get back to it and looking for.
Well, it's been several hours after a full day's worth of travel. I imagine it's nighttime by now.
It has been about, yeah, like you guys got here on your second hex, and you guys have pretty much spent about 3 hours doing all these activities. So it is now dark time. Nobody has even so much as opened any of these windows, and as far as you guys can tell, there is nobody in here.
We could
wait. Does we have a curfew?
All right. Well, let's just check these seemingly seemingly uninhabited houses.
Triple, could you get up to the top of the roof and am I muted?
No, you're not.
Triple, could you get up to the roof and see if this building is empty? If it is, then we could sleep in here. And then tomorrow, I recommend moving to the next neighborhood over and continuing our investigation to see if we can find Shin.
You got it. I'm gonna climb up there, Meemly. Is that all right?
You gonna climb around the buildings, take a look around?
Yes.
All right, you
Athletics?
do so. Give me an athletics and, sorry, an acrobatics or and a perception check, both.
Okay.
This can actually be public. There you go.
Okay.
There you go.
Nice roll.
All right. So with your acrobatics, you have no problem jump because here's the thing: is that you'd find that the doors themselves are actually like boarded shut. Like you can't get into them. So yeah, you do have to actually climb up, and you're pretty adept at it for a unicorn. You kind of slinging around the top over some boards, and then finding some doors that seem to have not been boarded up along the top. Keeping low to keep out of the kobold's eyes, you slip in, and I mean the sight that meets you is not one that you would not have expected, right? There's dust in the air. There's like light. I guess there's not really light at this point in the time of the day, like filtering in. But do you have what's your vision?
I'm using my goggles night right now.
Yeah, you use your goggles night and can see clearly as day at this point, just black and white. And as you start like looking around, trying to see what might be in here, there's some creaking floorboards. Seems like this place was ransacked, more or less. Like there's nothing in the cabin, nothing like that. Though something does catch your eye. It seems to be a small metal piece upon a shelf, which as you get closer to it, glows very slightly.
Well, nobody's around. I can use detect magic.
You use detect magic, and guess what you detect?
Yep.
Magic. You detect magic.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yep. It's heightened to. It is heightened to 4th, by the way. But so, okay, I know the precise location. Yeah.
Doesn't tell you what the magic is. That's still a roll you have to make, but you do.
Arcana.
And it is Arcana.
Or Arcane. Or yeah. I'm gonna use that.
You are completely unaware of what this magic might be, but it just dully glows, not unlike how the back of Fortuna's card glowed when you guys kind of got that.
Alright, we better bring her in. Though that's gonna be well, is that tricky to do?
I mean, like I said, all the doors.
I am back. What did I miss?
The only thing you missed is that Triple had gotten into the buildings and spotted a little shiny metal piece, which he has yet to get closer to. But it does seem to be kind of pulsing with a very light glow, not unlike the ink that was on the back of your fortune cards, Fortuna.
Not unlike, or not like?
It's doing like the same exact kind of.
Oh, okay. Got it.
I'm gonna. Yeah, I think. I'm gonna bring the guys in. Is that all right?
How are you taking down the boards? The boards it's boarded up from the inside, so you're gonna have to either have tools to do that or a strength score capable of doing that.
Let's try maybe crafting or thievery. If there's a way to like finagle the doesn't somebody have an every tool or something? Yeah. Can they pass me that?
Can you not use thievery to unlock the door?
Oh,
no, this isn't a locked door. This is a nailed shut door. Like,
yeah, Moonplanter
be too. Moonplanter, I'm gonna ask you to do that. Crowbars aren't particularly loud. If I bashed it, everyone would hear.
Well, if I do it, it's gonna be even louder.
Crowbars. Oh, go on.
I was gonna say, like, if he's gonna try to bash it open from the inside, that is going to make quite a lot of noise.
Well, then we're gonna. Can we do something like Can I roll a crafting check to carefully take it apart by the nails?
Negative.
A crowbar. Using a crowbar to pry it open shouldn't cause a lot of noise.
Yeah, that's what I was wanting. Yeah,
it should not.
Wait,
Moonplanter, can you do that?
I could, but if you gained access to the roof, half of us can fly up there. The rest of us can be pulled up easily.
Yeah.
You know that Tangent has an insistent door knocker.
Right.
I don't know what that does.
It makes a
door.
But it's boarded up, though. That's the problem.
It'll still make a door.
Does anybody got a crowbar?
The insistent door knocker literally just makes a door, is what Tangent is.
Yeah, it just makes a door.
Okay.
Well, in that case, we should use that.
So you could come out and ask her, and then she would use the item.
Balcony Blitz has to give you the item first, Tangent.
No, wait, I didn't give him all my items.
Wait, you gave who?
You did.
Yeah, like.
Well, okay, but he's with us now. He's with us now.
My inventory.
He's with you. Like, he's gonna give your stuff and whatever back. So you have that back. And yeah. So, Tangent, how do you use this item? Tell me how you use it. Fluff it up.
We're not going to use it on the door, actually. We're going to make that door next to the door so that there's going to be 2 doors. One's boarded up, and then the other one is going to be magically open.
And
Nice.
places what seems to be a bird clutching the ring of like the door knocker, and it kind of places it up against the wall next to the door. There's a light click as she knocks it, just like once against the wall, and it literally just a door forms within the surface.
Nice.
Hmm.
Is this area clear?
Yeah. Yeah. It triples on the other side as you guys enter. I take it.
Far as I can see.
All right. Moon walks in. Moon walks in.
Walks in. You guys walk in and are also notice like the small metal piece that's next to triple there.
What can we roll to start seeing? Well, first off, does it look like a badge?
It does look like a badge. I'm glad you asked.
Okay. Society, right?
Yes, it looks like this.
Hmm.
And tap.
Skeleton.
Your society rolls would both get you that this is the Bannermane symbol for the Guardians of the Departed.
Yeah, I was gonna say it looks like Watti's symbol because of the bones.
What's the deal with this one?
We should just look way up.
What was that?
Oh, Triple was asking in character, what's the deal with this one?
What do you mean, what's the deal with it?
Yeah, I don't get what you're...
There was magic on this. I know.
Oh,
I just, no. Can somebody, de-magic it if it's gonna, explode?
Fortuna? Any ideas?
What?
This looks like it was glowing like that card of yours was. Is there any relation?
Hang on, I'm actually gonna need a rundown of what the hell happened here, because that pause of me just going to the toilet actually threw me out of the loop.
There's a Bannermane badge on this desk in here, and it's glowing in a similar way that your fortunes that you handed out were glowing.
Oh, that might be something. Can I roll a check for that?
Yes. Your check would be Arcana, actually.
Arcana it is. Blind or?
Blind, yes.
Blind it is. There we go, boys.
Alright, Madame Fortuna. You look at this, and it takes you not but a second to realize that the magic upon this thing is literally the same magic that is the one that was put on your cards, which you know the function of. It lightly glows when in the presence of other Bannermanes or other Bannermanes badges.
The special link.
Oh. So it's just glowing because we're here.
Yeah, it's the special link. It just glows in the presence of Bannermane badges.
Do you tell us this?
Who did this badge belong to? Is it marked on the inside, or are there any initials on it?
Well,
Might we have seen that with our perception checks?
Are you guys picking it up and taking a look at it?
Yeah.
Who's picking it up?
Moon picks it up.
Moon Planter.
Moon Planter, you pick it up to go look at it, and as soon as you pick it up, the thing kind of goes like flashes, and then the glowing stops. But you look on the back, there does not seem to be any initials. No initials. No. There's no, I guess, signifying thing that this belongs to them. At least at first, until you find it, kind of like underneath the back where the bones are. You kind of look under the pin, and that's where you see just the letter B. I guess in Sphinx. It's like a Sphinxian B.
Okay.
There's a letter B here underneath the pin.
Tangent turns to Sela and says, "Who do you know that their name starts with a B?"
To be or not to be.
And she looks at it. Let me see. And she starts looking at it. It's so dark in here. And she
Tangent casts light.
she is going to smack you the moment with an attack of opportunity to stop you from doing that. The moment that you try to, Tangent. Stop that right now, you.
Wait, what did Tangent try to do? I couldn't hear that.
Cast light.
Turn on a light.
Oh.
Hey, by the way, speaking of, I'm going to keep watch outside while we do this.
Fair enough. I'll let you give me a perception check right now, blind, if you could. But she does continue. Cat, you have got to be more subtle. Do you understand me? This is a very dire situation, and we do not want to call attention to ourselves.
Here, I have a candle. It should be able to create a very faint light.
Yeah, she do that, and she takes a look at it too. And she thinks. I know nobody from here with the name of V.
I put on my goggles tonight.
My eyes are literally glowing, so I can cast light anywhere.
Well, if all the other badges are like this, I don't know if we can make that assumption that all the badges are like this. If we happen to run into a Bannermane in plain sight, maybe that'll be a way of letting them know who we are.
And she kind of like thinks. She's kind of running her paws through it a little bit. Yes. What is more weird is the fact that this is here, yet... And she kind of like thinks. Well, they're having problems to the east, yes? Over here? She gestures toward like that area.
That's where the wanted posters were.
Then why did they overlook this in this completely ransacked house? She looks around. Why was this left here?
Maybe this is a safe house that connects to the Bannermane headquarters. We might check for some underground tunnels.
Yeah. Great idea. And I look around, checking every corner and creek to see if there's any weakness or any push that that signals like some type of entryway.
All right, I'm gonna need perceptions.
And yep, this counts as seeking my hunted prey.
All right. And I got 3 so far. That's the ones that are looking, yeah?
Yeah.
Namely, if you could tell me if that is a failure or not, I'd like to use a hero point to improve it.
You can't use hero points on blind rolls.
Yeah.
Yep.
However, feeling around, looking around, press, swift. You're the one who actually comes across something. In fact, one of the, if you remember me mentioning it, there were creaky floorboards in this house, and you have stumbled upon one, which is a little bit more creaky than the rest.
Ooh, give me that crowbar.
Yeah. Who has the crowbar?
Moonplanter.
Oh, we might have found a jackpot.
Or a trap.
Not you, Triple.
You want to check for traps?
I need an athletics check if you're going to just pry it up with the crowbar.
If it's a trap, then I'll be glad to take the lead on it. If you don't want to do it yourself.
I'm saying we should check for traps. Triple, would you check for traps?
He's outside keeping watch. Let me go.
Oh. Yeah.
And then I will go fetch Triple.
Okay.
You go fetch Triple. From his perception check earlier, you would find absent-mindedly staring at the stars. A little distracted.
Alright, I will poke Triple. Aye, lad, you doing alright out here?
Yeah, let's go inside and not get eaten.
We might have found something, but we need you to check for traps.
Got it! Okay.
Even though I think technically that's just a perception rule. But if we find one, we need you to disable it.
Okay.
Do we need to re-roll perceptions?
I'm doing it.
No, he needs to roll his perception. You
Okay.
go to do the thing. Triple. You don't spy any traps, but what you do notice is that there is probably a little bit more subtle way to actually take this up rather than, brute forcing it with a crowbar.
Oh. There might be a switch.
It'll be a thievery check.
Go ahead. Let's see. Oh no, I can't really do that yet. Skull and key. Just regular.
All right, and you do this thing, and these are actually public. There you go. You do the thing, finding
roll.
that you just have to, press on one of the other boards in order to unlatch something on the bottom that was holding this one, and then it just kind of opens up. Look at that. Inside, you find a couple things. You find three, I guess, three items of timeless salts. Another hat of disguise. What seems to be a scroll.
Somebody should take a look at that scroll who knows how to do that kind of thing.
Tangent will cast Detect Magic.
The answer is yes. It's a hat of disguise. It is magical.
Oh, I was aiming for the scroll.
Yes. It is a scroll. It is also magical.
Oh, it is. I'm gonna open it and take a look at it.
You open it and go to take a look. You are free to give me an Arcana check, as this is seems to have a lot of arcane things around it. Not really religious things.
My Arcana's garbage, but yeah, I'll go ahead and roll.
I'll do it too because it's just looking at it.
I tried to.
Triple is an expert in Arcana? Oh, there you go. I think you are an expert in Arcana.
Well, yeah.
Tangent, you don't know anything.
Didn't know that.
I think so.
Neither do you, Murbach. Triple, however, given your background, do actually know what this is. And it is actually a scroll of Create Water.
Create Water?
This was my favorite. I mean, this looks really good.
It is a
Thank you, Triple. Very cool.
It is a scroll of Create Water, and like I said, somehow chemical salts. They're just kind of
salts that help preserve. Well, it's not the underground hideout I was hoping we'd find.
Tangent will give that to Triple for now.
Here's a thing to note, is that each one of these things, much like the previous treasures that you guys have gotten, have one of those little symbols on them. Except for the salts themselves. The scroll definitely has a little symbol of, like cat with the, or no, that one, sorry. Let me see which one this one is. This one actually is this one. So if you guys are looking at that thing that I told you yesterday, remember how all those items used to have, various different symbols on them, depending or whatever?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm trying to find it myself.
Airlon one?
Yeah, so this one is going to have what looks to be, that weird, this one. Hang on, 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, not that one. It is actually this one right here, I believe it is. Bonk, I'll post it in TTRPG voice.
Oh boy. What is this?
Oh, nope, sorry, wrong one. It is this one.
Oh.
Wow.
This one, actually. There you go. Wrong one.
That one?
That one.
Honk.
Very specific. That one has...
It looks like a UFO or an eye.
That's the, that's the scroll. And then the hat of disguise is the same symbol as the other hat of disguise you guys had found in there.
Alright, so it looks to me like there's definitely at least one Bannermane that's using this particular place as a hideout.
Yeah. These look so familiar, but...
They left their badge here, and they left their badge here, and they left some of their supplies hidden.
What do you think the create water scroll is for? Do you think it's for a potion?
Oh, it just makes water. It's useful out in the desert.
What are all
It's
the? Maybe this is some type of message.
Potions one-time use, or can you keep them for?
Scrolls.
I don't like water.
Scrolls?
Yeah, I meant.
Oh yeah.
Scrolls are one-time use unless somebody with a certain wizarding archetype wishes to actually copy them down.
Ah, yes, that wizard. Where could he be?
Where could he be? I wonder.
Ah, he might be taking a vacation. Oh well.
Well, if we can find Shen, he might have something to do with this scroll.
What were the other items we found in here? The badge, the scroll.
Badge, scroll, salts, and hat.
Salts, hat.
Okay. All right. I don't know. Does anyone else feel like they have anything? Because to me, it seems like this is just someone else's hideout, and well, it would be good to keep an eye on someone coming in and out of this area.
I want to check, just to double check another thievery check, mainly if in case there's not like a second level.
Go for it.
If that's the case, I think if it is somebody else's hideout, I think we should just leave all the items they found here behind.
And
I agree.
And as adept as you are at trying to find these little nooks and crannies, there's not seem to, you're pretty competent. There's not seem to be anything else here.
This is it, guys.
Yep. Unless it is some kind of weird message or puzzle. Like Phil says, likely just a hideout. And he gets just out. But he'll have to come back.
Eventually. I don't know if it's worth
Do you
it,
think we
like,
should sleep here?
That's when you guys kind of hear it. There's a little creak behind you. Creak?
Ears perk up.
And
Stay silent.
And then looking behind, that's when you guys see there is definitely a Persian who is like in that makeshift doorway you guys made, looking at you guys in surprise.
Moonplanter takes the thumb on his left.
You guys did take triple off watch, so fairness.
Right.
Moonplanter raises the thumb on his left wing up to his lips and goes, shh.
And as they kind of like come in a little bit more, I guess Moonplanter, you definitely see this. This is the one with the kids that you guys had been like harboring in, like.
Oh.
And he blinks. He's keeping quiet, but he blinks, stepping in, closing the door behind him. How did you know about this?
We found it.
We've been keeping a good eye out. We are very introspective. Or extrospective.
We're trying to hide behind something.
Are you trying to hide behind something?
Yeah.
Here's
Who
the
has
roll.
Oh, okay.
Swift points to the badge. Swift points to the badge. Yours, I presume?
Not just mine, he says with like a little bit of a guilty shuffle, a little bit. We don't know who leaves these. All we know is that we are left things to help us survive when the kobolds decide not to give us their rations.
Okay.
Well,
that makes sense.
Have you seen?
Aren't going to take them, are you?
No.
No.
Not now.
Not now? What does that mean?
I mean, it was finders keepers, but if they're being used for someone else that helps us, then yeah, we can.
Okay, so you don't have any idea who leaves these?
Was it a hat of greater disguise?
And they shake their head left and right. No, the person who did, his number got called.
Oh.
All we know is that wherever, and he kind of thinks a little bit, whenever we do need something, and he kind of like makes sure that like the windows are closed, everything like that. He kind of comes up to you. I whistle a tune, or dump a tune, whichever you will.
You said there are other creatures that drop off stuff inventory for for people. Do you know of the areas where they do this, or is this the only location they do it?
I do not know neighborhood per neighborhood where they are dropping off. I do not routinely go to that side of town. He says with like a little bit of a shake. I stick with my kids and I tend to not bring them outside where I can. The moment I leave them, I fear that I will lose them.
Huh.
And he kind of blinks. But as I said, we get these based on we don't know who hears it. He says like with like changing his subject just slightly in mid sentence. And he brings you in and he whistles a small tune for you guys, a really small tune. A small tune that I could definitely compose for you guys later if you need it. But like, you guys have learned said tune now, and if we are lucky and they are listening, we check here, and we get the things that we need.
I roll underworld lore to see if.
Very good lore. All right, go for it. Blind roll.
Also, I wonder if that's the same tune for the black market back in.
Yeah,
Lakewood.
may know that.
And that underworld lore would get you that exact answer. Yes, it is one of the many tunes that you could sing. It's in a very similar vein.
Wow. Damn.
And he kind of like continues on. I am from here. We do not know who brought this idea to us. All we know is that it is something similar to what they do in Dakalai. And he points like kind of like gestures southward. Figures. I suppose we have a lot of Dakalaians that are locked in the city with us.
No. I guess the apple doesn't fall far from the tree, I guess.
Well, perfect. Seems like we have a way of finding, a perfect way of finding some help, or who we're looking for.
But making those sounds, you sure that none of the kobolds know what that means?
And he kind of shakes his head. They do not care for the songs that we sing or tap. It does not necessarily even have to be a whistle. It could be a small rhythmic gesture, if you will.
You don't need to go on a spill. I know all about those tricks. Thank you very much.
Okay. So if it's someone in this neighborhood, presumably it's someone that's around this neighborhood, we should definitely try that tomorrow then.
And this is when he's like still looking at you, Swift. So when did you folks get a kobold to help you?
This is where I make my grand reveal as Swift takes off the whatever little bobby pin he had that was making him a kobold, and he like holds it. He takes it off, in a very flashy manner so that his disguise drops. And before the pony or the Persian becomes Swift.
And you do so in a very flashy, flamboyantly swashbucklerious manner that if you were in combat, you would totally get panache for.
Yes.
And as you do so, his eyes blink as you like literally just it's you just undid a pin and then suddenly you're a pony. Like it's wild.
Yeah.
By yourself is for yourself. So you put on quite an act. You bastard.
I'm sorry I had to make it really convincing, but your children would never be in harm, so I'm definitely not taking part of it.
And this is when he he kind of thinks a little bit. His breathing is certainly picked up slightly. So are you here to help?
Aye, help has arrived.
Hey, sorry to interrupt really quick, but I'm going to sneak back out there. Now I understand that he's with us, but I'm going to sneak back out there and keep watch again.
It's a good idea.
you sneak back out, and for all intents and purposes to the rest of the party, a tumbleweed goes out the door.
Still a tumbleweed. Nice.
Help has arrived, though.
And he blinks. He looks both like excited and worried. He's got that look on his face. I do not know what to say. That's and he kind of thinks a little bit. And he closes his eyes. He looks like it's like paining him to like say this. I would request that you wipe this from my memory in some way. I know that you Bannermanes are spellcasters of some sort, but please do not make me remember this.
We will find our friend who can do such a thing and send him your way.
You have a friend who can do this. Why did you not send him with you?
Oh,
He insisted on staying behind for some reason.
Yeah.
Well, I would call him a dumbass,
He's
but
close.
you have your reasons.
Whatever.
Swift smirks at this. Aye. He's close enough by that we can get him to you and get your memory wiped. This was one of my concerns as well, to be honest. But we're kind of in this position. We can't really not, so kind of waves his hook dismissively.
Thank you. And
Aye.
he takes the salts. He takes the scroll. Do you guys give up the hat?
Yeah.
Well,
Well, I say.
do
Well,
you go ahead?
Well, is that a greater hat?
No, it's just a normal one.
Oh, well.
Still lasts an hour, but
We can give it up.
Yeah.
You give it
Yeah,
up.
Yeah, give it all up.
And
well,
he,
does he need this? Like, what do you use this for? I asked the guy.
in the event where we are on the run, of course. Much
Okay.
he looks toward the now Tangent, who is not in her white cat form anymore, with her hour of disguise. Much like your friend there, who I hear is currently on the run in this little neighborhood. Give it about a week, and I guarantee you they won't even remember.
That's good to keep in mind.
And he kind of like looks left and right. Thank you, and may Soft Whisper bless you on your travels. And Sela kind of nods. And Soft Whisper bless you, sir. Take care of your children. And he kind of nods, turning, and then in a very like anticlimactic sort of way, he trips over something. Ah, fucking tumbleweed! Wait, what? Who are you? He sees you.
Guess it's broken now.
Tumbleweeds.
Are they really that common in this town?
Yes.
I guess I'll tell him. Don't blow my cover, man.
He does the zippy lippy thing. Zip.
Or cat, I guess.
Yeah. All right. So I turn to you guys. What are you guys doing?
Well, we know that they drop supplies off specifically here. If we whistle the tune, it's probably just a matter of time before somebody shows up to deliver those goods. Or, I'm saying we could wait for them, or we continue on with the plan to head to the next part of the city and whistle the tune while we're out there to see if anybody picks up on it.
Oh, yes.
All right.
Maybe Madame Fortuna could play a jingle while her eyes light up.
That's a very good way of doing it. I will say to what he said, our friend, civilian, is that he doesn't know where the drops are by other neighborhoods. So it may just be like there may be one of these Bannermanes that are hanging around this neighborhood in particular. So I would say we could try this neighborhood first. It's a full day of tomorrow, though. So I don't know if we could split some time.
Watches.
Pulls out her loot and wiggles her eyebrows.
Sela is going to once again lower the loot from you Cat, the last time you played a lute, we almost died. Again.
Well,
I swear, you and that other mindy cat do not have much common sense, do you?
you know, it wasn't only them two. It was also. Wait, I wasn't there. Damn it.
That's right. Roblox wasn't there.
Yeah.
So we sleep here for tonight, do our normal watches, and then in the morning head to the next part of the city. Correct?
Right. All that sounds like a great plan, but we gotta hit the sack. As a, I don't know. I can take out a bedroll.
So I see that. Yeah. Let's just do our watches and go tomorrow next day.
All right, let's see the 3 perception rolls. Blind, if you could. All right, and let's see your rolls here. Triple, starting out the roll here in the start of the night. Nobody seems to be coming this way. In fact, it's kind of weird how nobody is coming this way. It is honestly like a fairly, like, you know, you're looking at other neighborhoods or like from what you've seen around, like even the one right in front of you. Like you do see kobolds actively going there. But none of them really seem to really pay attention to this little corner that you guys are in. And like even come the time when like you may be about to warn the party, they just leave. Like nothing happened. Like they you know, check in whatever they're doing here. There's obviously some night kobolds who are going on watch. You guys are right next to a lot of where those militaristic like kobolds are positioned right outside those pyramids. None of them seem to be coming your way. And that is also a thing that you notice, Moon Planner, when you switch watches with him. Though during your watch is when whoever is going to be in the next session sneaks their way into your little hidey hole here, eventually catching up to you guys, lagging behind from your guys' travels, but ultimately catching up. So whoever's in next session is who arrived here.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sharon Sarsaparilla.
Yeah, probably.
Or it could be Shabaka, who makes a comeback.
Madam Fortuna.
What's up?
I ask because it is pertinent to your character. How are you staying on watch?
Well, I could post myself outside and just, you know, just lie perfectly still and just look around.
You stay perfectly still, looking around, and nobody comes your way to like drop in coins or anything like that.
God damn it!
Nor do any. Do you hear any whisperings? Anything that's like gonna be a threat to you? All the way up until morning. You guys make it to morning.
Oh, what a night! What a night that was.
You guys attain 1 victory point. You're back up to 5.
Yay!
Nice.
Hey, my fuck up is raised.
All right. So I feel like the whole day, my suggestion of what the whole day can be summarized in is first exploring like the neighborhood to the east. But I would like to at least have one person, or maybe even two, kind of staying behind in this neighborhood to just get that tune going all day.
And this is where like Sela is going to put up a thing from you. Are you sure? And Balcony Blitz actually tunes into this. I mean, yeah, like when you start singing a tune, it gets in everybody's head, and he like starts to like hum some kind of holiday tune. You know, and he starts kind of dancing. Wouldn't that just make it confusing for people?
She should sing it. I point
They're
to
usually
the.
best to do at night.
Maybe we could wait another night.
But while we're waiting, we can go around and see if there's any vacant houses.
Well, I'm confused on what the concern is as far as like what they just said, because the guy last night just said that they do the tune and then someone comes.
If you do the tune all the time, Well, okay, that's a good point. Yeah, but maybe we should wait until night, because if it's in the day, it'll be a little weird looking.
Murabak, you have underworld lore, yes?
Yes.
Oh,
Give me
Got
that
the
roll.
roll
Yes.
again. I was hoping you'd just tell me what he may know.
Yeah, this is... Murabak,
Please
for
tell me
all
not.
for all intents and purposes, being that you know how the black market works, telling everybody all at once to start singing a song like that is kind of retarded. Like that is like a bad. It's gonna confuse the people who are trying to help or get you goods.
Okay. Well, I just okay.
All right.
And
Well,
quite frankly, it gives a lot more people who can actually fuck up the operation. So, you know.
Right.
Is it the kind of thing that needs to be done once and just wait patiently?
Yeah,
that
pretty
is for
much.
the best.
Like he said, you have to he hopes that when you use it, there is a brief hope that somebody will come. You hope that somebody heard it, right? Like that's the whole thing.
Okay.
You do it discreetly in a place where you think somebody might be able to pick up on the signal, and you don't know who they are. He doesn't know who they are, but that's sometimes the signal's missed. It's just how it is.
Yep.
Okay, well, in that case, I think Madame Fortuna would be the best one to do it as a little chime on her machine. Have her set up outside a safe building we could potentially find in this part of the city and just wait for someone to show up.
I have the perfect tool for this. Give me a moment.
If we're gonna put her in a place in this neighborhood, we could put her in that marketplace.
Let me just drop this one down on the floor. Wait, hang on. How do I put this in the thing? How do I put this in chat?
Well,
There we go.
Meme said he had a tune already.
Oh yeah, but I got the perfect instrument to play it.
Oh, an instrument.
Right here.
Okay.
Hurdy-gurdy.
Where is it? I'm waiting.
It's an American photo player.
What the heck's an American?
I don't know. It's the instrument is called the American photo player. I don't know why it is, but it's that thing.
Oh, okay.
Where did you post it?
It's in the Foundry chat.
Oh,
The what?
Foundry
Nice.
chat. I don't see it there, but
You posted it privately?
Yeah, I don't
No?
see it.
It's in the Foundry chat.
I don't see
we might
Oh,
see
wait.
it. But there we
Wait,
go.
oh shit, that was blind, wasn't it?
There you go.
Okay.
So you have sorry, what was the name of your instrument again, Fortuna?
It's the American photo player. Is this thing? Pocket.
I don't know. I don't
Oh,
have a
okay,
knowledge of every. Oh, that thing. Yeah.
It's the thing that rolls the paper and the piano plays automatically.
Yeah.
That thing.
Yeah.
Music box.
Question: where are you guys setting up Fortuna to play this?
We should search for a good place first. So we definitely need to travel to the east.
Well, again, I'm saying what the guy said is that he doesn't know where drops happen in other neighborhoods. So if it's gonna be this neighborhood, we should set her up in this neighborhood so they know to come to the hideout that we're in right now.
So we should just hold out for them to come directly to us, because otherwise we were going to go to the east to try to continue searching for leads on the Bannermanes.
Okay, yes, because there's also we should also check over there as well, but we have an entire day's worth of time. I would think that if we're gonna just my logic, if it lines up with everyone else, because again, he said he doesn't know where the drops happen in other neighborhoods, so there could just be like one of these Bannermane scouts in this neighborhood. I would suggest we set up Fortuna near the tannery, because that's kind of in the center of this neighborhood, and it also seems like it could be a busy, bustling place. And then she can just start playing that tune, on occasion, right? A couple times.
This is not a busy, bustling place. This has like a couple merchants and some kobolds in it. Like that's it.
Well, I still think that it needs to be in this neighborhood somewhere.
So do we bring her with us and come back tonight to set off the tune, or do we leave her here to do it periodically and then come back in the evening?
Do you think we should find the vacant house and put her by there when we do.
Sela chimes in. If you ask me and you're asking for the group opinion, I feel that we should scout out some places up north before, up east before coming to a hasty decision on where to place our performative friend. And she gives Fortuna a clap on the back of the box.
Alright.
Move.
Alright, so be it then. Let's go check the east.
Alright, and you guys go check the east. How dare you? Alright, move your token. See, you can just move it there. I believe you. Move it. There you go.
Well, we do be moving.
You guys begin to move there, turning into this neighborhood, which I realize I accidentally put a random tree in. I'm gonna have to fix that. The neighborhood here is a little bit more nicely paved than anything else. In fact, it seems like this is more of a, or at least was more of a, like a marketable zone, right? Given the fact that this is so close to a Bannermanes headquarters, there are like jewelers, you know, leather workers. Hell, you see a brewery out here actually. Most of these seem closed down except for places like the brewery and what seems to be like a small dancing establishment. Or I guess a tavern establishment over here.
Is the armory still running?
Yeah, the name has been crossed off this inn effectively. What name it was, you can't really tell as they scraped it off the woods, but in Draconic, you guys do read that they had rebranded it Scales and Tails.
Hey, you think we should go to a brewery and check that out?
Is the armory still running?
No.
Okay. So then this would be just kind of where we spend our time kind of splitting up to do our gather informations, right?
Yeah, I'm asking, like, what are you guys heading back and grabbing Fortuna? Like, what are you guys doing? Like, I don't know.
Well, no, we brought her with us. Well, I guess. Yeah, I mean, we brought her with us, right?
Well, Sela would have taken objection to that, and Balcony Blitz actually. Saying like, wouldn't it be a little odd if we told these people that this is a gift for Heat Fang, and then we went right across them again? Just a little.
Well,
odd.
they didn't see what was under it.
No, but they saw a big box, and if we carry that big box back over here, they're gonna know we're the ones moving it around.
Hopefully, you don't ask anything about. Well, hopefully, Heat Fang doesn't. Well, maybe they won't figure it out. Never mind.
So shrugs. All right.
Yeah.
We'll leave her by. I don't know. We'll leave her back in case she can spot anything, I guess.
Madame Fortuna, are you gathering information in the first neighborhood? While you play your tune.
I guess I might. Maybe some passerbys might get, might get curious and might just eavesdrop on them while they're listening to the tune. Maybe they're talking about something, I don't know.
Fair enough. I'm gonna. Are you trying to? I should ask. Are you trying to coax information out of people or just let them speak?
Let them speak.
Let them speak. Okay. You let them speak, and I mean, majority of the thing, these guys saw you yesterday, like straight up be repaired, so they're expecting you to be repaired, and a couple of them are a little happy, a little bit more happy to hear the little tune that plays every time, like, you know, from the weird musical box inside, from the box as they get their fortunes, clicking in a couple copper, a couple silver. Through the time that you're doing the thing, I need your diplomacy roll. Just I guess performance. I'll take performance in this sense.
Performance it is. Let's go, boys. Hang on. Perform. There it is.
For some reason, my mouse wheel's not working. For some reason, that's nice. Your performance would get you that approximately 4 more silver pieces and 2 copper. through like telling fortunes, that kind of thing. And in the way that the kobold said, like like let's set her up here. They're gonna give a gold. There's
Wait,
nothing.
4 more silver pieces and 2 coppers, right?
Yep.
All right.
And the way the kobolds had previously said that like like hope is gonna bring in the most the most gold when you set up one of these things here. Yeah, that's true. Like I mean, like that little bit. It's just like people coming up here, like listening to the fortunes that you give, generally asking various things like, when are the kobolds? Like is it? Do you think the kobolds are gonna leave? Like like or is my wife okay? Or various things of that nature. Um, what is Fortuna's general? I guess like what would she be telling the like? Would she be giving them hopeful messages? Is it up for the cards to play? Like what how does her fortunes lie in this realm?
I guess her general answer is don't ask question you're not prepared to hear the answer for.
Nice.
So,
Which is a fairly scary question to hear when it comes to the guy who probably asked if his wife's okay.
Yeah, that's the one I'm referring to.
So, you do that. That happens. As for information that you get between them, Fortuna, you would gather a little bit more information on the process, I guess, of their the whole numbers thing. It seems that Sir Heatfang doesn't always imbibe on, I guess, the flesh and bones of these terrified populace. It's more like an on a whim thing. He does it like a dessert. So that's why you guys are only at like what, number 228 now.
Yeah.
After apparently like a month of this going on. So that's a little bit more information that you've gathered. Folks on this side, you guys are scoping out this neighborhood, yeah?
Aye.
Diplomacy.
Since my diplomacy is garbage, can I kind of lurk around and just listen?
That is.
Tangent is going to be staying low until they forget of what she looks like.
Well, you have your hat of disguise you can use for at least an hour here.
There's not a lot of people to stand around and listen to in Planner.
Okay, then I'll have to pass.
Here we go. Alright, I see Swift Sail, Murabach, 777s. You guys did your rolls. I can't. Fuck this scroll wheel, dude.
Diplomacy?
Diplomacy.
Yeah, so with those rolls, Swift, Swift and triple, you guys get some information from around. Like I said, this is typically the more like marketable part of where they used to do the thing. Like we used to sell a lot of things to adventurers. In your guys' general scoping, what you'd find is that this Bannermane HQ over here, as you had suspected, is destroyed. Like the buildings are collapsed. They pushed over things. There's scorch marks all over it. Not a typical good place that you like to be. I pretty much made this Wati map as like this is what Wati looks like in its prime sort of map. This is definitely not how it looks like right now. Like it's a.
Hey, is it heavily guarded by any chance?
This one? No. In fact, it is not. It's been burned to a crisp, and people seem to avoid it like the plague. Because, as you guys would figure out, you and Swift through your gathering diplomacy, anything related to do to the Bannermanes is like, you don't want to be the one to have information on that.
I see.
Are there any kobolds nearby?
There are kobolds, yes, that kind of go up and down here. In fact, a lot of them seem to be going into the tails and scales thing that you guys see down there.
I'm guessing.
And a lot of them come out looking rather drunk. And I mean, given the nature of your guys' poking around, even Moonplanter, you're listening. It's a kobold brothel.
Oh.
Wait, so are there kobold females in there, or is it just brothel for kobold customers?
They had to come from somewhere, Non.
Oh.
Are there do females exist? Yeah.
Oh.
Oh no.
Hey, quick question. I'm going to assume that that area is not considered natural terrain, even if it's ruins.
Which one?
The ruins of the old Bannermanes HQ in this walled area here.
Likely not too natural, no.
Okay, just checking. Sorry, guys.
Yeah, so
Go on.
That's fine.
It's burned to a crisp, and I'm just thinking of more information that you guys would gather from this area. The folks that do come this way, right? They seem to do so with the intent of either buying alcohol or just simply meeting friends, like that kind of thing. None of them really stop too long. They do their business. They go inside. Doors close. They do their stuff. Some people out in the tents who are a little bit closer to like the checkpoints and things like that, under a little bit more guarded by like the kobolds, who just kind of like occasionally walk into their camp and just fucking like kick over sandcastles, kind of bullying to these people, just because they're there. So they generally try to stick a lot of the people to their day in their day. Try to stick over here, that don't have houses and have to live in those tents.
Okay. You mentioned wanted posters over here.
Yes, that was another thing. I knew I was forgetting something. There are wanted posters over here. In fact, there is a couple of them around. They have like a question mark on the face. It's clear that they've did the same thing that they did with Mona, right? Where like they clearly hired somebody to do this drawing or something, but they put like a giant question mark over like who it actually is. And all they say is likely Bannermane wanted for delivering illicit goods to the public, and the only thing that's on there. Yeah, give me a D2 Swift, high or low.
High.
All right, high's in your favor.
Oh, I roll? Okay.
Yeah.
Darn.
Looking at these posters, it does not come with too much of a description, unfortunately.
Blessed RNG.
Yeah, I know, right? However, it does say a couple things about them. Whoever it is clearly a spellcaster. Whoever it is clearly has a means to hide themselves, and whoever it is has one hell of a bounty on his head. Specifically paid out by, seems to be, Heat Fang.
Could be Shin himself.
Wait.
Do we have a description on Shin? Like, just being Bannermanes, do we know what he looks like?
Sela can probably tell us.
Sela told you that she knew a Sphinx here called Shen. That's what she told you, and he is a Bannermanes of the Guardians of the Departed. She does not.
Namely, could you repeat that?
She does not come up here to talk to him all too often. She would get you the description that he'd be like a tabby. I guess like that would be like he is the color of the sand. That is what. Yeah.
This is out of character, but do y'all think Cher's supposed wives are walking around?
Same thing. I was wondering about that too.
Because if they see y'all, they'll call you out instantly.
I want to ask, in the gather information, can we make mentions about Buckback?
Yes.
Because he was supposed to be here.
Are you going to?
Yeah,
why not?
Buckback and two Kierans. Kierans would stand
Yeah, why
up.
not?
Who are you asking?
Well, I can ask ponies and kobolds, but I'll probably just start with ponies.
There's hardly any ponies here, but the ponies.
Fucking Persians and civvies.
There you go. Okay, you ask around a couple, and most of them don't really know anything about what you're talking about. The few that do just know Buckback by name because fucking donates a lot of money to places like.
And I do also ask about the blue and also charcoal and black and like charcoal and white and blue ponies.
Folks around here would tell you that they were not aware that any Karens were even in this city.
I said ponies.
Or ponies. They have not seen that. They have not seen a ponies of those colorations.
Okay.
I'm going to go on.
Oh, you can go. You can go.
Sorry. I'm gonna go up to someone and just casually ask, have you ever seen a hippogriff that's black and yellow by any chance?
And you ask, who are you asking?
I'm going to ask someone who looks like, okay, if there are any pony merchant, or not pony, but the local merchants, Persian merchants. I want to ask them.
You do so, Triple, finding the very coincidentally perfect moment to where they don't have any customers in the store, and as such, you say such things. There's a brief moment when they rush around the counter, start closing all of the windows.
I don't think you should. Yeah, I don't think you should bring that name up too much.
I was just digging a description.
Who? Do you know one?
A childhood friend.
Who are you?
It was just a long shot. I used to live in an area a little far away from here, and he knew me. I'm sweating bullets now a little bit.
Did he used to come here often?
And he starts literally hounding you with how do you know? Why do you bring this to my shop? And then he's cut short. As Triple, you do see what seems to be a claw that comes over his shoulder, and all you hear is, "Be easy on him now, okay?"
No.
And that's where we're gonna end.
Yes.
Oh no.
Goodness.
All right.